Hey, good afternoon, everybody. It's a little earlier than normal this Monday, which is it's it's an awesome thing to do. We're gonna shout it out. We had Littlefoot in here first ready to go. FG Stacker with the pink wave as always. Then we had B Taylor showing up, one of our loyal from start to finish followers. I'm getting an advertisement on mine. There we go. FG Stacker, the poor, the friggin' genius poor that he is. Bellows Forge, great to see you. Being Becky, Buy Up Gold and Silver, Chris in Virginia. Who else? Did I miss anybody? Farmer Stacker, um, Littlefoot, Chris in Virginia, Bellows, Mr. and Mrs. West Texas Stacker, and Stacker Staker Dividend Maker, Silver Sleuth. Great to have everybody in here. And of course, we have Blue Collar on the panel and a very special guest with a very special time, Salivate Metals.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for having me on. This is wonderful.
What's
Thank
up,
you for
Sal?
joining us. This is a great opportunity for us, man. It's a pleasure to have you on. Like we said a little bit backstage, but we both watched your content for years and try and keep up. But you have a lot of content that you put out there and a lot of knowledge that you share with the community. That's for sure, and we greatly appreciate that.
Well, thank you. There's doesn't seem to be too much of a shortage of things to talk about. And there's been some times, as much as I do create, where I'm thinking, well, what can I talk about today? But it does involve a lot of research. But usually there's stuff that I can talk about. So yes, indeed. But I know it's a lot for some people to digest, and just know that I appreciate folks that do pop in whenever they can. And I'm honored that you guys have been watching the channel, and congratulations on your channels, both of you guys. It's awesome. It's always good to have more in the community for sure.
No doubt. We
Thank you.
appreciate it.
That means a lot. Really does.
So I'm
Um,
gonna I'm gonna break the ice. I'm gonna say it and right in front of the chat. I'm nervous talking to Sal because he's like famous in the community, right, guys? Come on. So let's get some questions going in there. Let's see, what do you guys want to know about Sal? What I want to know is, are you do you do YouTube full time, or do you have a full time job? I know you have a job too, right?
Yep, I work full time, and YouTube actually takes about as many hours as my full time job. So when it's all said and done with research and interacting with the community, live streams, I'm probably working 80 hours a week or close to it.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. You do put so much time into it. I was listening to your take last night on the, what you thought was going to happen to silver and gold, and I was just like, man, where does he get his info from? Where do you get your info from?
Well, I researched different news bits. There's news articles, and there's also opinion pieces and analytical takes from precious metal analysts. I typically don't get information from other YouTubers. I usually try to look at what some of they're saying in print, or even some video, but usually it's not members of the community, that type of thing. But also just news. And then what I do is I'll cover the news, and it's a essentially the format of the channel for the news portion of the channel is a take on a former talk show host I used to listen to called G. Gordon Liddy.
Yep.
And he did something called Review and Comment on the News. And that's sort of my inspiration, actually. And that was a talk show that came out in the 90s. And that has been sort of the inspiration, where I'll read the news, but also insert my commentary in there as well, whether I agree with it or not. But that's for the news portion, for the most part. Some of the other stuff that I do in analysis and talking about other metals, and a lot of it is also just my opinion, and other little bits and content that's related to what the U.S. Mint is doing and other stuff. And so a lot of it is just kind of off the cuff, sort of. It's unscripted. The only script that I have essentially is the articles. But there's many times where I won't even have an article. I'll just hit record and go through it. I don't do any fancy editing. I don't show charts and graphs or put little things in to try to gather your attention, little editing tricks. I just let the camera roll. The one thing I do try to do is show some beautiful precious metals, a different display each time of different coins and rounds and that type of thing. And I figured if I can show some cool pieces of gold and silver or platinum or whatever, then hopefully that'll help keep people's attention.
Awesome, man.
Yeah, the knowledge you get and the stories and everything, man. Honestly, I sort of started my channel out that way, like trying to cover charts and articles and stuff, and it's not easy. So I give you props for all the information you gather together and share, and um, I'm sure it's not. I'm sure it takes some time to get all that together. That's for sure.
Yeah,
Um,
it is time consuming. Sure.
yeah. So if you don't mind, can we take some questions from the chat? Is that
Sure,
okay?
sure.
So it looks like we got Matt Wing, and this question doesn't usually get answered, but what would you say what your full-time job is?
Well, let's just say I work with computers. I know that's extremely broad, but most everybody works with computers. But it is a full-time job, and I'm behind the computer a lot. So, of course, with YouTube stuff, it's a lot of us behind computers as well too. But yeah, it's I'll just say database management.
Okay, awesome.
So you're familiar with doing all the reading and research then. That's
Yes, that's right. I'm living the dream. Just as there's you got to remember on here that I had banned before. You know, he calls me word salad Sal. But anyways, oh well.
Oh,
all
He's
right.
still
what,
banned from the
you
channel.
reckon
He's still
yourself?
banned from the channel. And I very rarely do I ban people from my channel. But this guy just he just is big on repeat. Anyways, go
Nice.
ahead.
Yeah, I'm sure with a channel you're big, you get a bunch of characters and a bunch of nonsense that gets old.
Yeah, and I don't mind some of it. There's one guy in there called Alan Gold, and he's kind of my little pet troll or whatever, and he's always fun. But yeah. But but there's a line, and obviously it's as your channel grows, and my channel is not a fast growing channel, by the way, for as much content as I put out there, but it is one that where I've got to kind of pick my battles, so to speak.
Yeah,
Without
it
question.
sort of hit
Oh,
that like
yeah.
95 and you're at about 95, am I right?
Yes,
98?
95. Yeah, about 95,000. Yeah.
Yeah.
How long has your channel been up?
Since January 29th of 2013.
Okay,
Oh
so you've
wow.
been out there. You've been out there quite a while. Now, did you notice that kind of like if you kind of like, did you just kind of amble along and then all of a sudden you had an explosion? Did you have like a viral video that set you off, kind of?
I had one video that went semi-bacterial rather than viral. And that was it. And it was kind of unexpected, but it's one of those videos where it had I try to produce what's known as evergreen content.
Mm-hmm.
And the evergreen content is videos where you're talking about like, silver versus gold, should you buy gold bars, gold coins, that type of stuff. I would try to produce that content that would be like, be timeless and would last longer. But those videos did horribly, absolutely horribly. And so most of my stuff that's done well has been the news stuff, and such as the case with my semi-bacterial video. It had a pretty good growth, but nonetheless, nothing has really. Some of the other bigger channels they've gotten that luck streak, or just maybe they're just better too, in many ways, and that's something that is. I mean, I'm not the most. I'm not the most pleasant to listen to, as some people would say, and so it's just a different style. Everybody's different in this community as far as how they approach the platform and everything. And
Got you. So one
Yeah,
question I have,
100%.
how did you come up with your tagline, Explore? How did you come up with that?
that was just sort of, I don't know, it was sort of random. I don't really know. That's the one that I can't figure out how it started, but I just started using it and I kind of caught.
That's awesome. Yeah. And the music, now I've heard that the music is that's you playing that music.
Yes.
Awesome. That's cool, man. So you're a guitar player, or?
Yeah, I'm a guitar player. I mean, if you want to call it that.
Oh,
Not the
that's
best
great.
guitarist either, but yeah.
You know, I was putting out some promo videos and I wanted to steal the music, and I was like, I don't know if that's going to annoy him or not.
Oh no, you can. Yeah, by all means. I mean, it's always good if people ask first, but I don't mind.
Yeah.
It's all
Well,
good.
that's why I didn't do it, because I didn't have the opportunity to ask. And I was like, yeah, no, I don't want to put him on edge, you know?
Well, and the other thing too, you got to be careful because YouTube, and depending if you just take a little snippet of the music, is probably fine. But if you take too much, they may get you with a copyright, and that's an automatic thing. So
Yeah.
just be careful about that. But yeah, but
Well,
normally I won't mind. Yeah.
when I was searching out for sound for my promo videos, you're all over YouTube sound. Like, in other words, if you put in Salivate Metal, your shows are like pages of your shows are on that sound. So that sound is remixable.
Oh wow,
Yeah,
interesting.
yep, you didn't know that. So that's cool. I definitely I taught you something. All right, I feel
Yeah,
good now.
that's great. That's great. Cool.
Yeah, you're all over there, man. It's like they every single one of your videos literally is remixable, and people can use your sound.
Okay, great, awesome.
Yeah, but I didn't do
Learn
it out of
something new every
respect,
day.
so you know.
So we got Mr. and Mrs. West Texas Stacker says, Sal, what year did you start stacking and what got you into metals? That's always a good question.
Yeah. Well, what got me into metals was my grandfather handed me a cleaned 1906 Indian head cent, and that really got me into coin collecting. And that was just an awesome thing. And of course, he shouldn't have cleaned the Indian head cent. In fact, I don't even know where that is now. I have to look around. But yeah. And then I went to a coin shop down where he lived and bought my first Johnson Mathey 1 ounce silver bar, and then I was hooked. However, hooked meaning that I started to buy some, but I don't know if you would call that stacking back then. I bought a few things. I was not very consistent until probably around the financial crisis, although I had certainly acquired probably, between then and the financial crisis, I had acquired, um, I don't know, maybe 30 ounces of silver, perhaps, maybe. But that was through a long course of time, through the course of like 10, 12 years. But I guess that still is stacking, but I just was not really hard at it until about the financial crisis of 2007, 2008.
Right.
All right, so that's a little bit of time in there then. That's good. Well, all
Well,
right,
yeah,
so
that gets you about 20 years right now of hardcore stacking, basically.
Yeah, I would say that's probably safe to say. I mean, I've been stacking technically over 30 years, but yeah, but I would say probably hardcore stacking and collecting, a lot of collecting too. That
Yeah,
was in the last 20 years, right?
got you. So you got any more
nice.
questions on the chat?
Of course, they are flowing in. Silver Sleuth says, Sal, when you get big 100K sub plaque, will you incorporate into your studio or have a mini one made of silver to sit next to your coin display?
Well, I understand from Empire Precious Metals that they have reduced the size of those plaques, so it may actually be small enough that I could put it into the display. Otherwise, I'm kind of disillusioned with the whole 100K subscriber thing, just because I'd rather have viewers than subscribe. I would trade 50,000 of inactive subscribers for 200 daily viewers. You know what I
Absolutely.
mean?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
but if it does come, I'll show it on the. But I think they've really reduced the, and Empire says they're pretty cheap too. So
Oh, yeah.
Blue Collar and I say that quite a bit. It's not about the subscribers. Everybody's like, I want this many subscribers, I want this many subscribers, but it's actually the viewers that make your channel and that make it worth doing. That's
really
one thing
isn't.
we've noticed with doing our live streams. It's our crowd we get in here every week is it's cool. It's really cool.
It is awesome, and I do appreciate subscribers. If you subscribe, you're more likely to watch. If you're a recent subscriber, and so I do appreciate that. I do have something I'm going to do once we reach 100,000 subscribers. I'm going to show off something that has never been seen by anyone, including people close to me in my physical proximity. This would be something never seen before by anyone. I'm going to show it, and maybe even two things on there. So stay tuned for that. It might be a fun little thing.
Well,
Oh, that
keep it
sounds
clean. This
awesome.
is a family show, so keep it
All right,
clean.
we'll do. I will keep it clean. Yes, sir.
All right, so
So,
next question we got from Littlefoot. Does Sal think selling 40 ounces of silver and buying 1 ounce of platinum is a good idea? I know you're
I
big on platinum lately.
Yes, and I don't know if you saw my response to that question on my channel, but for the edification of everybody else, I do not think it's a good idea. Why? Because as big a fan of a platinum as I am, it is more of a speculative metal and it's more volatile. And I think silver has almost as much potential at this point in time. Maybe one can make the argument that it has very close to the same amount of potential as platinum. So I would just encourage folks to hold on to their silver and save up for platinum. I mean, unless you have just a whole massive and you're nothing but silver and you have like over 1,000 ounces of it and that's all you have, then you may want to maybe trade part of that. I wouldn't trade 40 ounces though for it. Anyways, I would not trade a whole bunch in for it. Too risky.
Now,
yeah.
you said you've been in platinum for a couple years, right? You've been
Oh,
following the
longer than
platinum.
that. I've been buying platinum for almost as long as I've been stacking silver and gold.
So
So
you've
you
seen a
saw
big
it when it was more than gold.
Yeah, yes. My first ounce of platinum cost me over $1,400 an ounce, and that was I think in the '90s, maybe.
Oh, wow.
Oh, so you've been in it
And
for a
that's
minute.
all I had for a long time. And then it started coming down. I bought some more, and then when it went down, I bought a little bit more. I bought a lot actually this year too. I say a lot, a few ounces. That's
Yeah.
a lot for me.
Hmm.
Yeah, it
That's
definitely
awesome.
adds up.
So would you say
So,
though your first love is silver or are you a gold guy?
great question.
Probably at first love would be silver because it was affordable and it was just rare enough. And it was just something about finding like a silver quarter, a
Hmm.
constitutional silver and change or something like that was just, there's something magical about it. I think, like most people, my first love was silver.
Yeah. I find silver is better for me because I can get more of it, right? So I can get 90 ounces of silver for every 1 ounce of gold, right? So I could buy a 1 ounce gold coin, but that's all I can buy for like a month and a half or 2 months or a year,
Right.
right?
Just
So I
That's,
think
doesn't jingle the same way.
that's the
totally.
exact same attitude I had towards it for the longest time. You get more for your money, literally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's a good way to get a little ammo for trading into gold later on when the ratio is much more conducive, let's just say.
That's right. Yep.
Yeah.
So that sort of leads into Becky's question. She says, "Are you currently stacking more silver or more gold?"
Since 2017, I decidedly shifted more towards gold for several reasons. Number one, I felt like my silver stack had matured enough where I could take that plunge into gold. And I wanted something that just you could pack a lot of wealth in a small amount of space because space does become an issue as
Yes.
you start stacking silver, and it's less volatile. And we've seen that since 2017. I mean, forget about gold's price going crazy in the last year and a half. Think about the volatility of the gold price on a day to day, week to week, and even month to month basis compared to silver. And gold wins in that regard. It's a safer bet. And as you get older, as you get more mature, and when I say mature, it's not to say that it's a different thing as far as your acquisition holdings, and it's that kind of thing, and about what you're looking for as you get older. You want more security, you want less volatility, and gold provides that. At least I've found that.
No, it makes
Yeah, I've
sense.
always said it's affordability versus portability, right? So if you ever had a
Right.
run, if you had a run in the middle of the night, like you hear so many people say, you'd be better off running with 100K in gold in your pocket than have to back up the truck to take the silver out of there.
That's right. That's right. Yep.
Yep.
So Matt Wing says you're the one that got him hooked on precious metals.
Oh, well, I'm honored and humbled. Thank you, Matt. That's awesome. Very cool.
That,
What kind of hook was it? Was it one of those big hooks that you get a big old fish with, or was it, what was a hook made out of? I'm very curious. Details. We want details, Matt.
It was probably a
hopefully it
treble
was a
hook.
silver hook. There you go. So Silver Sleuth says, "Who was the first real life human you showed your first Salivate medal round to. No names needed.
Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez.
There's
We
a
went on
name.
a date in the Bronx. She wasn't bartending that night, and I said, you know what? I want to try to impress you, maybe get you over to the dark side of conservatism. So I showed her the Salivate Metal round, and she wasn't hooked. She was not hooked. Dang it!
She was
No,
not
no, and
impressed.
not impressed. No, actually, it was a. I'll tell you who it was. It was Silver Hustlin 13,
Okay, yeah,
who
yeah.
is the I think one of the few that I've actually met in person.
So
Yes, I don't know if
no, I
y'all
was,
know who he is. He doesn't post as much these days, but he goes back to 2013 as well. But
yeah. No, I'm familiar with him. What region of the country are you from? Are you a Northeast guy or?
I'm near the Washington D.C. area.
Oh, okay, okay. Gotcha. Yeah. So will you be at the fun show in Florida? Do you make it to shows?
No, I don't make it down there. It would be nice. That would be a dream to go to the fun show. That's like one of the biggest shows in the country.
Yeah,
One of them, I think. I think the Long Beach show and that one. I've never been to a show. The biggest show I've ever been to was a Baltimore coin show.
and that's a big one too, though. That my guy,
Yeah,
I post videos from a guy right here in Port St. Lucie. His name is OJ. OJ's Coins, right? And that's one of the shows he does. He goes and does the Baltimore show every year. So,
cool, nice.
yep.
B.
So,
Taylor says, "Are you going to take a scam call today?"
Well, I actually declined one out of respect for you guys, but if one does pop in and you want me to take it, you just let me know. We'll do her.
oh yeah, without question, no doubt about it.
It
So
wouldn't be
on
a
getting
sales
back
show
to
without
your,
us.
go ahead, sorry.
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say getting what I was always curious is getting back to your channel round. How many of those did you have made up, and why did you decide 2 ounce?
Well, I always liked the thick coins. I tried a 2 ounce before with the previous company I worked with, Regency. They
Hmm.
could not do it. So I got a 1.75 ounce limited mintage, what's known as a Fortitude round. And then I found out about Intaglio mint, and they were able to make it happen. The 2 ounce rounds were starting to become more popular, and I wanted to get one. And since about 2015, the Turtle was one of the first 2 ounce rounds to come out. Then the New Way Turtle, then the Queen's Beast rounds came out, and that was pretty cool. And so I was like, you know what? I want to do something thick and heavy. I love it thick. I'm down with the thickness. And the original round though was a 1 ounce 30 millimeter round. That was the diameter of a Canadian maple leaf gold, and it was double thick. That was my very first round. That one's you can find those. I think you might be able to find images on that on eBay. But as far as the mintage, it's an open mintage, but I think about 1,200 have sold so far.
Well,
So
I've
not
let me
actually
tell
seen
you,
them.
you're famous, man, because your round here is available on Walmart.com.
Oh wow. Oh yeah, and that's through AppMex. Okay, yeah, and I'm actually surprised I still have them in stock there. But yeah, that's wild.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Walmart.com.
I know.
Who would have ever thought?
Yep,
Crazy.
could buy it right on Walmart. So you're among the masses.
Wow.
Seen them
Yeah.
locally before. I was looking at different pieces, so I had other stuff that I was picking up, so I didn't pick one up. But I've seen them locally before too here in Vegas. Stacker Staker
Okay.
Dividend Maker says, long time listener, first time caller. How did you come up with the tag phrase "Let's explore"? We answered that one. He said he really wasn't sure.
But I will give him a bonus. Number one, I got to tell you a little story. I called into a local radio show and I said, long time caller, first time listener. And they laughed. Anyways, the other catchphrase is multitude of gratitude. And that
Yep.
one I had thought out right from the very beginning of the channel. If you go to my very first videos, I end all of my videos with multitude of gratitude. And so that is really the original catchphrase. That's the catchphrase that's on the silver rounds as well. So yes, so there it is.
Where did you come up with that phrase?
I just was thinking about something catchy. It was a deliberate action to think of, well, YouTube was still fairly young. YouTube started in 2005. And I've been watching videos on YouTube for precious metals starting in 2008. I started seeing these people use these catchphrases. I want to be original. So I said, what can I do to be original but show my appreciation to folks? And I thought of, well, I express gratitude to them. And why not express a lot of it? The best way to do that is to do a multitude of gratitude.
There you go.
That's
And it just
awesome.
rhymes. It just kind of flows. You know what I'm saying?
Kind of
It
rolls
does
right
flow,
off the
that's for
tongue.
sure.
Yeah.
All right, so we got Chris in Virginia. As you have grown through the years alongside of some of the other big names, how do you keep yourself from sounding like the rest of the or redundant?
Well, I am redundant from time to time. And, as Living the Dream says, word salad. And I probably have done some word salads from time to time. Of course, he just keeps pounding that in. But, and so I admit, because of there's other news, there's other channels that post stuff. And there's central themes that I like to repeat. I do that on purpose to get the message out about precious metals and the fundamentals of what precious metals are. And as much as I repeat some stuff in some videos, you'd be surprised at how many people will ask, well, what do you think about this, Sal? And I've done like, maybe 4 or 5 videos of it in the past week talking about that very subject. So I think given the nature of what's going on, not only the fast pace of the news, but also just other content creators and stuff like that. I think I'm fairly original because I watch some, but I don't really watch a lot of the big channels. I mean, I like Yankee Stacking. A lot of his content is centered around the coin shop that he visits there with Tim, and Silver Dragons is the other real. I think those two are probably the biggest channels in our community.
Yeah.
And those guys, they post a little bit different types of content, but I will find myself, if I've done a video, that maybe 2 days later, Silver Dragons will have done a video on the same topic, not seeing my video, and vice versa. He may have done a video, and a week later, I do a video on it, not realizing we both covered the same topic, but we each put our spin on it. And it's an open platform, and you're going to see some crossover. You're going to see some overlap, and that's just the nature of what it is. So,
Yeah, it's also
Yeah, for
a
sure.
function of what's in the news. What's in the news now. So
that's right.
it's kind of like it's actually like a stamp of approval. It's
Shoot,
saying that you're up to date.
Yes, that's right. Yep, trying to be up to date.
Those guys tend to do whatever's on sale too, though, with their sponsors.
Yeah.
Emerald Coast says, if Uncle Sal was heading to the fun show this week, what would you be looking for? So I guess,
Man, I tell you what, I've got a deep fascination with, not that I could get one, but I would love to just look at the 1907 high relief St. Gaudens gold double eagles.
Oh wow!
nice.
Yeah,
Good choice.
you got good taste.
I don't think I'd be able to get one, but I mean, I love to just see what they had, see what the price is, what the market's like for them. But anything just interesting other than that. If I was going to buy something, I'd probably look for some probably cheap gold from, nice pieces that are reasonably priced if I could.
Mm-hmm.
So we got Matt. Okay, go ahead.
No, go.
That is that's a good choice right now, I think. Matt Wing says, "What's the first thing you'll do when you reach 100,000 subscribers?"
Fulfill the promise that I would show something unique on the channel that no one, including people in my inner circle, what little of that inner circle is in my physical realm. I'm going to show something that has never been seen by anyone, and actually it's a group of pieces that you're going to see that no one's ever seen before.
Well, that's cool. We're looking forward to that. I thought maybe it would be a face reveal.
Oh, that'd be a disappointment likely for most.
So that means that you've never shown your face, or because I know
Nope.
I've only shown mine once, and it wasn't on my channel. It was on somebody else's channel, and oddly enough, it was at the fun show. It was last
Nice.
January at the Fun Show. Pirate Stacker actually interviewed me. I don't know if you've ever heard of Pirate Stacker,
Oh
but
yes, I've heard of Pirate Stacker. Yeah, yes
yeah,
indeed.
we met at the Fun Show. Me, Pirate, and Silver and Cigars, and Pirate interviewed me at the show and said, "Do you mind if we show your face?" And I said, "Well, how can I say no to Pirate, right?"
There you go. Exactly. That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, one other thing I should do is 10 push-ups, like B. Taylor says in the chat.
There you go.
Oh,
Hey, B. Taylor, you got to pay $10 for that.
That's right. Exactly.
yeah, push-ups aren't free.
Well,
we got
crack open that wallet, B. Taylor.
I've been known to do a free push-ups from time to time.
So how buff are you? What
Not very buff. I have a cheat code. I'm a relatively light guy, so it means it doesn't take as much to push my body up because I'm not very big upper body. I'm not very big lower body either, so I don't have much of a butt either. That's breaking news. Being Becky, I apologize. I do not have much of a butt.
uh-oh.
Yeah, we share
All right,
that.
so we got a question from across the pond. We got Stacking with Craving, who
All
is
right.
part of
the
the
UK
UK community.
crowd.
Nice.
He's with Stacking Social. He says, if you could only buy one type of silver coin bar and one type of gold coin or bar for the rest of your time stacking, what would you go for? And
Oh
why?
man, that's tough. One type of silver coin bar. I guess probably if it was for pure stacking, it'd probably have to be the Silver Eagle because it's the coin of the realm. Much like probably the Britannia would be a good choice for you too because they're immune from taxation. So that would probably be the one thing. If I could only do that, of course, as a collector, that's very difficult for me because I collect a lot of different stuff too. In fact, the collecting many times is contradictory to my stacking. So, but that's the silver one. Gold, it would probably be, man, it would probably be the Buffalo, even though the Buffaloes tend to have a higher premium than the Eagles. But I just like the design better. And so, yeah, it's
Plus that
probably would
whole
be.
4.9's fine thing.
Yeah,
is
4.9's fine. The only thing I don't like about the Buffaloes is the finning. And I've talked about that on my channel as well before too. I'm not sure if you're familiar with that, but finning is when the metal, because believe it or not, the Buffalo coin is a high relief coin. It's a high relief. If you look at it closely, it's a high relief coin. It's not an ultra high relief, but it is a high relief. So there's a lot of pressure on those dies. Gold is a very soft metal, and it pushes it out towards the edge of the collar, and it seeps through the outer edge and creates a very sharp wire rim around that you could shave with. It's crazy, and it's annoying as all get out. That's the one thing I don't like about Buffaloes.
I don't own one, so I don't know yet.
Well, I've held them. I don't own one either, but I have picked him up at the coin shop and tried to walk out with it, but he wouldn't let me.
There you go. Well, next time you do get there, take a look at one closely. Almost all of them have that.
Yeah, no, definitely I will. Yeah, now that I know about it, sure.
Littlefoot says, does Sal have a dollar amount in mind that when silver hits it, he will no longer buy it?
Oh, man, I tell you, probably as far as buying any appreciable amount, like a 10-ounce bar or several ounces at a time, it probably might be $40 or $45 an ounce. I'll say, and once we get there, I may change my tune, but that seems like it's probably where I'm just going to be like, I may just hold back a bit, but I may change my tune if it stays $40 for too long. And so, I don't know, but that's a number that's kind of, I think it would be before $50, before it reached $50. In other words, I may buy 1 ounce here and there if it gets to 45 or 50, but I don't think I'll be buying a 10-ounce bar, let's say.
Well, a couple of years ago, you might have said 35. I think it's kind of like the debt ceiling. The closer you get, we'll keep raising that ceiling up. What if it hits 40 tomorrow? You might say, well, 50.
Yeah, and you know what? Actually, believe it or not, Blue Collar, I did think about this before, and I've been buying at 30 when it was at $35 before, and I was buying fairly regularly. So, but I wasn't buying fairly regularly when I got to over 40 before. So 35 was okay. and still is. And in fact, when it got to 35 before, I was obviously buying. So it never really triggered anything where I was, okay, I better slow down. But I think around $40 to $45, I might start thinking about slowing down a bit.
Yeah, I think we got to also consider inflation.
Yes,
and
true.
say, 35 today is what 20 was 15 years ago.
That's right. Excellent point.
Yeah.
So where did you
I
come up
love
with?
the coffee slurp. How did that come about?
Well, what I do is I take these coffee grounds and I put it in a filter. Put it now. No, I just it's one of those things. I was just going live and I had the coffee and people were asking me what I'm drinking. What's that sound? I'm like, oh, I'm slurping. So and the people are like, cool. And it just became a thing. It became a shtick. And now I do it. Now it's habit. This is around the time where I slurp coffee and I have coffee right here with me right now.
So do you do it consciously or is it just natural? That's just what
It's
you
a
do.
bit of both. It's a bit of both.
Yeah.
And if there's somebody that comes in a live chat that's like, oh, I'm out of here, that slurping is disgusting, then I do it like a big time. Then I do it in stereo. Like I just like, you know what I mean? Just to annoy them. Kind of like I annoyed Living the Dream.
Yeah, I've seen Living the Dream. I don't know who. He's had a couple of comments in my videos. He seems like a very anti-silver guy to me.
Yeah, he's an anti-silver guy, or at least he's an anti. I don't know if he's anti-silver or not, but he's he's definitely antagonistic.
Yeah,
And
he's an anti-precious metals guy because anytime I ever put out a video and he comments on it, he says, "Yeah, great. Now you might get like $5 back a spot for that someday."
Right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But I just try to be nice to everybody. And
and I do too. And I was nice to him for the longest time.
Yeah.
And just tried to reason with him and what have you. But but then it just got too much. I'm just like, you know what? Okay. After about 6 months of doing that, I was like, oh, he's gone.
Yeah. Hey, look, he's in an exclusive crowd because he's the only guy that you've ever banned, right?
Of one of the very few. There's actually been a growing number in recent years, but I very rarely ban people. Very rarely. I like to keep an open dialogue and open forum. And I love being challenged. I don't mind being challenged as long as people are, as long as they are they don't even have to be fully respectful, just semi-respectful,
Right.
Exactly. Just say your piece. Just like I had this lady who's very anti-Trump. And she comes on there and she's just like saying, oh, Trump is killing children and you're talking about gold and silver. And I'm like, well, I responded to her and I said, well, number one, this is a precious metals channel. Number two, maybe you should be looking at your own progressive leftist party who are killing many unborn children and get back with me on that before you talk about Trump killing kids.
Yeah.
I mean, there's just some people, and I think a lot of it is political for some of these people. And if they don't directly say, well, you're a Trump guy, so I'm going to, they're just pick apart any little thing you do, any little thing you say and go after that. But then when you look and see what they react to, I think it goes back to just politics. But also, again, I know I'm an acquired taste for some. And I think that's one of the reasons why I'm not growing as fast as Silver Dragons or 2 is 1 or Yankee Stacking and some other channels. I know I'm an acquired taste, and I know that I'm not a professional either. So, it's like Bald Guy Money. He's got a very fast growing channel, but he's an actual precious metal analyst.
Yes.
And,
yeah,
So
I actually got into it with Bald Guy Money in one of the comments because I think I pointed out some hypocrisy or he was kind of shilling for somebody or whatever. And he didn't really like that. He was like, "Oh yeah, you'll find that you got to make friends in this business instead of enemies." And it's like, dude, you got me. You're reading me wrong. I don't want to be famous. I just want to be truthful and honest.
Right, yeah, and and there's a balance there. Actually, he and I share the same sponsor, Summit Metals.
Correct.
But as part of the contract that I have with Summit Metals, at least, is that I don't shill. They know my feelings even before the contract was put up, and they even actually put it in there. They do not want me to shill for them. They want me to present the information about their company as far as, hey, just take a look at Summit Metals, but only buy whenever it's right for you, and just keep them in mind. It's really about that. They're really cool people there, and I think Bald Guy, probably feels the same way. I don't know what his contract was, but yeah, but I mean, and I think it's just a matter of, you know, uh, presentation and not being swayed by your sponsors, and that's they want us to be who we are as content creators. That's the beautiful thing about it. So
Yeah, yeah.
Sounds like an awesome one to sign with then, because those other ones seem a little pushy with the way they push stuff.
right.
But I mean, that's
And I never want to
understandable.
be that way. Would never want to be that way with anybody. Don't ever want to be pushy about anything.
Yeah. Well,
Were you always? I'm sorry, Vegas. Go ahead. I'm trying not to to be too
you're
much.
okay.
It's
You're all
just
right.
flowing out of my head right now. One thing I want
So
to know about is with the live streams, right? So do you find that helps your channel? Do you find that it messes up your algorithm? What do you think about that? What's your opinion on that?
It's interesting. The live streams have a very different crowd than the video comments. There's people that come in my live stream that I never see comment on the videos. And there's crossover, obviously, but it has not hurt my channel. The live streams haven't. I don't do them every day, but I do them frequently enough, 3 times a week. There's an occasional surprise live, but I do think it helps more than hurts. The shorts is another avenue that content creators, and I'm starting to get back into the shorts again because it's a different crowd there too, I think.
It
But
is.
I've really not been able to penetrate that market as well.
yeah, shorts is a different breed, and I'm trying to play around with that a little bit to see if it adds people too. But it's a different crowd as well, like you said. And I'm not sure if that hurts or helps the algorithm. I know Four Nines is in the channel. I'm sure he can comment on that. He doesn't do many shorts or lives. Um, you said when it comes to respect, he says as long as they do a little as long as they have semi respect. What if they have sedan respect or like a
Oh
half?
well, as long as it's got 4 wheels, that's fine. But if it's a semi, is a bigger vehicle and it burns more gas, and I'm all about the fossil fuels. So let it roll out. Yeah,
It's harder to stop a semi too. So you
it
got
is
that
harder to
momentum.
stop a semi. That's true. You're right.
So when you with the prank phone calls, that reminds me of like crank anchors back in the day, and when I was a kid, we used to do prank calls all the time. What made you start doing that on your live streams? Because that's a big hit. I noticed a couple people say in the chat that they love that.
Yeah. Well, I heard about crank yankers, and I've seen very little of that, but I was kind of more inspired by um, oh, Jerky Boys.
I was gonna say
Jerky
Jerky
Boy.
Boys,
Yeah.
They're
yeah.
Jerky Boys, and there was another guy named Roy D. Mercer that did them as well,
Mhm.
and then also Tom Mabe. But the thing is the difference is that they're calling me. I'm not calling them, and I'm
Right.
pranking scammers. So it's
Yeah.
unique. It's unique in that way. And of course, once I started doing it, I first started doing it as part of videos where they would call in while I was recording a video, and I just went ahead and took it, and people liked it. And I said, well, then I started doing it, and started actually timing some calls to come in, or me calling back some of the scammers and recording them. I have a playlist on the channel called Sala Marketing, and the prank phone calls, I think, is what the playlist, and they're older ones. But if you get a chance to check those out, but most of them now occur in the live streams, and obviously extremely random. You never know who's going to call, and try to, unless I try to book the call or time the call, and I usually try to do that. You usually call 6:15. So yeah, but it's fun, and we just started doing it, started taking the calls, and people were laughing, and so yeah.
You get them going, and the lines and stuff you come up with are awesome. When they ask for the best email, and I love it. It gets me
Thanks,
cracking up.
thanks.
It's a
Yeah, yeah, it's fun.
you're a you're a witty fella, that's for sure.
Well, I appreciate that. I appreciate it.
Silver Sleuth says, would you consider switching to burpees to maintain the symmetry?
Well, it depends how much beans or coffee I drink. Because if you slurp too much coffee, it creates air in there, and then you do burp more. But the burping is still in the upper body. No, I know what he meant about burpees. And yes, I could do those. Those would probably cost $3 a pop because you're doing more exercises. So we'll revisit that next time. Usually, what I do if I'm overdone on push-ups, I do some curls, and then
Yep,
I'll
you did
do
curls
what
the
I
other day.
Yep, curls and pelvic thrusts. I do pelvic thrusts rather than sit-ups because sit-ups are not very good for your back, and pelvic thrusts actually work your lower abdominal muscles. And I need to do more of those. I'm getting a little bit of a coffee belly, not a beer belly. I haven't been drinking as much beer lately.
So are
Oh,
we, should we watch out for a Body by Sal video?
There we go. I'm gonna put out my own exercise. Yeah, maybe we'll do that sometime. That would be
nice. Yeah,
body
I
by
was in
Sal.
there the other day, and Vegas had you doing 18 push-ups. 1776 on the super chat. That was pretty
That's right. I
creative. That you.
rounded up. Yeah, that was
Yes, you
great. Thank
did.
you, Vegas, for that. I rounded up to 1800, which 1800 was the first year that they moved into the White House. So that was quite. John Adams had moved into the White House in the year 1800.
Yeah,
Right.
so
It
you
was
rounded up.
burnt down not too long after that, wasn't it?
That's right, 1812, or maybe it was 1814 is when it actually burnt down. I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
49 says, is Sal prepared to be the chairman of the Metal Reserve for the people when Fiat goes bust? He says he
Oh.
would vote for you if he could.
Oh well, thank you. That would be something. Hey, I appreciate that. I'll have to psych myself up for it and get somebody to nominate me. But the Metal Reserve, I guess that means I would have to be the director of the U.S. Mint because I think the U.S. Mint oversees all of the gold reserves in the country.
So Sal, I'm going to ask this question we have a gentleman that's always in our stream, Emperor Wang. I'm not sure if you're familiar with Emperor Wang.
Yes, I've heard of them. I haven't seen Emperor Wang in a long time on my channel, but I remember Emperor Wang. Hello, Emperor Wang.
All
He's in
right.
here.
So here's the question. This is for Emperor Wang. Aliens, yes or no?
Um, Yes, and thank goodness Donald Trump is sending them back across the border.
Perfect answer.
Yeah, man.
That was a
So
good
yeah,
one.
Emperor Wang is he's always in our streams too. He's a great guy. We love him.
Awesome. Good to see you, Emperor Wang. You're awesome.
He has been on the show and he is going to be again on the show September 1st, I believe.
Yes.
Nice. Awesome.
Yeah.
We've been trying to make this little live stream grow and it's cool. We like to have we like to have like other channels on to expose them a little bit to the community, get them some subs, get to know about them. And it's just a good way because they always say don't talk about precious metals. You're not supposed to talk about them. This gives you an outlet, and we like to be the outlet for everybody to be able to talk about it.
That's right.
So it's
Exactly.
been
We
cool.
love. Well, if I didn't talk about precious metals on my channel, what else would I talk about?
Computers.
Oh, that's right. I guess I could talk about computers and the latest GPU, but that would be pretty boring.
Yeah. Well,
And
listen.
there's a lot of other channels that talk about computers.
There's
This is a fairly small niche in the YouTube space.
Yeah, it's one of the toughest ones I think to actually get monetized in.
Yeah.
I've seen other people, they get monetized in 30 days.
Right.
Took me like 16 months. So I know there's a lot of people in here in this room that got monetized way quicker than that. And that's not really why I do it. But it is kind of interesting, though, when you look at that every day, you're like, oh, that worked and that didn't work. And that paid way more money than that,
Right. And I'm still trying to figure that out, what works and what doesn't work. All my videos in platinum do horrible, but I
Yeah.
still do the videos in platinum because it's doing some good stuff. It's really performing well, and I thought maybe they might get more attention, but they're not. I did one today, and it's like horrible amount of views. But anyways,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Now,
your platinum video, I watched it today. It was very, very informative and had me ready to turn towards platinum a little more. The only platinum I own is my wedding band, so I need
right,
I need
that's
some
cool
platinum
though.
in my
That's cool. You
stack.
got a platinum wedding band. That's awesome.
Yeah, the wife picked that one up, so it's cool.
Nice.
Silver Sleuth says,
So
"Do you
here's a good
own
question. Go ahead.
Blue Collar? You want to go with yours or you want Silver Sleuth?"
No, no, go with Silver Sleuth. Go with it, man.
Okay, Silver Sleuth says, "Sal, do you own a President Spouse half-ounce gold coin?"
Yes, I've got the Thomas Jefferson first spouse coin, which he didn't have a spouse, so it just has the classic head on the obverse and the his memorial obelisk on the reverse. That's the only one I own.
Interesting. It makes you wonder, though. Maybe TJ was gay.
Well, they say that. Well, his wife, I think, died before he became president. I don't think he ever remarried. And there was this rumor that he had slept with Sally Hemings' slave in Monticello. So
Oh yeah,
I
he
don't
did.
think he was gay though.
No.
James
Well,
Buchanan, they thought James Buchanan, he didn't have a wife either. Neither did he didn't have a wife at all. And Andrew Jackson's wife Rachel died before he took office, and he felt that was the political opposition that killed her, essentially killed her.
mm,
So Sal might be in contention for Emperor Wang said, I'm not sure if you're familiar with Dub C precious coins, but Emperor Wang says Dub C has knowledge out the ass. But Sal, you might have some knowledge in your ass as well.
Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate that. I also have fecal matter in there when I got to go to the bathroom.
and believe
You
me,
have a
on
lot
this
of
channel,
knowledge.
that's a badge of honor on this channel. If somebody says you have knowledge out the ass, you have made it.
Well, I appreciate that. That's great. Thank you so much.
That is an
But
Emperor
that's
Wang.
just it. There's a lot of knowledgeable people out there, but I think what makes us unique is we may have a different spin on it, little different things that we know that others may not know. But I think that, I'm not a particularly smart guy, but but sometimes you can just learn little bits and tidbits here and there and put it together and be able to present it at least halfway decent. And then it's always a good thing.
Knowledge is power. Knowing is half the battle is what G.I. Joe always said.
Exactly.
Being
All right.
Becky says, have you ever checked out Pure Metals yet?
I've heard of it, but I don't think I've ever checked it. As another bullion dealer out there.
It's like a peer-to-peer platform. So it's
Oh,
similar to
okay.
like eBay, but just for precious metals,
Oh, that's cool.
it's a new thing that a gentleman has just started, and we've had him on the channel talk about it a couple different times.
Nice.
So it's a cool place to find. Being Becky actually has some pieces on there, so it's easier to sell to other stackers and buy from other stackers. So it's another cool platform.
Very cool.
So are you a perma collector or do you sell as well?
Nope. I very rarely do I sell. Mostly collector. I just don't really do much selling. And that's an area where I short. I mean, I talk a little bit about it on my channel, but not a whole lot.
Right. What's off limits on your channel? What won't you talk about?
I will not talk about Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez's cup size.
That's pretty big from what I've heard.
That's off limits. I also will not talk about I don't know. Yeah, I mean, well, pretty much I like to keep it on precious metals. Very rarely do I stray from precious metals.
Yeah,
very rarely.
You're not afraid of politics, and that a lot of people are. And that's cool. I respect that. I like that a lot, actually.
Well, and what I try to do is I try to make it it's tied into precious metals. And it is relevant in that regard, but I try not to proselytize with regards to politics or my faith either. But if it's relevant, I will discuss it, and I'll talk about basic, the connections between ideology in general, not just political ideology, but the ideology of what made America great in the first place, and precious metals, Article 1, Section 10, that type of thing. Make those ties and connections in there. And something that I think, no matter what your political point of view, most would probably agree with those conservative principles in principle. In application, it's a very different story. I think that's kind of where a lot of people get hung up on the political realm.
Yeah. Yeah, you definitely have a thing for Alexandria, though. I got to be honest. I think you're in love with her.
Are you sensing that? I've mentioned her name twice now, and I think it's because when she did that parade with the socialist Islamist that's running for mayor of New York,
Oh yeah,
she kind of looked kind of decent there. I mean, she put a little meat on her bones,
yeah.
you
Oh
know,
no, she's definitely
and
a decent looking broad. I
yeah,
mean, if I was 20 years younger, I would definitely date her. But
yeah.
and if I was single, sorry, honey. Sorry.
Right. Yeah. That your wife in the background. Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
average
Yeah.
Kate
No.
is in the background.
Yeah. Yeah. No. Exactly. Yeah. That's right. That's right. Yeah.
So right here, here you go.
Oh, Liberty
do a
Bleeds is
little
dropping links all over the chat. What's
There
up,
she
little
Liberty?
is.
So have you ever
little
heard of
shared
Liberty
image
Bleeds?
of Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. I had to look her up because honestly, I don't follow politics. I don't follow the news too much, so I was unaware of who you guys were talking about.
And
Are you
Jasmine Crockett
serious?
isn't too bad looking either, honestly.
Yeah, AOC is not a bad looking woman. If she could just get her politics straight, she probably would be a good catch.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
That's crazy when we're talking about it. As soon as I put in a letter, the name pops up in Google. I swear
I
to
bet
God.
you Being Becky is better looking though.
Absolutely. I know that for a fact.
We just had B and Becky on Blue Collar sort of talked her into coming on our live stream Saturday morning. She said she was nervous, but she did it and it was fun.
Yeah,
Nice.
definitely. Now she wants to do a whole show, and we're going to book her in for a whole interview show. So yeah,
Sweet.
we kind of made her face her fear and had her jump up on stage, and she did great. She knocked it out of the park.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So Emperor Wang says a surplus of knowledge is what accumulates in the ass, and that's where you get the knowledge out the ass from.
I love it. That's great. That's awesome. Hopefully that will never expunge. Need that to stay in there. Good knowledge.
Yeah, we don't want to let too much of it leak out, so to speak, right?
Right.
Guys, Becky, can't wait to see. So does anybody else in the chat have any other questions? Any other comments, concerns?
Hopefully I didn't offend anybody. Apologize
No,
if I
are you
did.
kidding me?
Listen, if I haven't offended, I've offended plenty of people on our live streams. Not purposely, but it just happens. We try not to, but some people are sensitive and some are not. It happens, it's part of life. Not everybody has the same outlook, beliefs, and feelings.
Yeah. But the thing that I don't get, and obviously, Sal, we're politically aligned. Nothing you can say to me politically from the other side could ever offend me. It could never offend me. I could never be offended by anything politically. And
Same here.
I
I
don't
agree.
understand that.
I totally agree with that. In fact, I welcome people of differing points of view. There's one viewer of mine, Dan W., who freely expresses his point of view, really just rages on Trump and Republicans and everything like that. But I say, hey, go for it. Doesn't offend me one bit. I appreciate him putting up with me and my viewpoint. And so if he wants to say what he wants, feel free to let her rip. I'm fine with it. See, the thing is because I'm confident. I want to be open-minded, but I also am confident in my core beliefs. But I want to be open-minded to hear the other side, because nothing is going to offend me. Nothing is going to rattle my cage in that regard. And who knows? Maybe I'll see some points of view, see where you're coming, and I see where some of them where they come from. But I also, feel like I can intellectually come to a point where I reason out why it doesn't work, at least in my mind.
Well, what bothers me about the other side, and I'll say this and I'll leave it at that. It's like a unibrain concept, right? They all think exactly the same way. In fact, they use the same talking points. Like my wife and I talk about it. You see it on Facebook. They all say the same exact thing over and over again. It's like they're reading these talking points from somewhere, and I don't get it. Have a little individuality. Have a little opinion of your own.
Exactly. That's exactly right. And I think that's why you're seeing, to some extent, a more variety of viewpoints in the Republican Party, and on that, like for instance, the Elon Musk Trump split, and most of us kind of see both points of view. Obviously, where this big bill is going to, there's not as much spending cuts as we'd like to see, and you have to do a little bit of playing around with the numbers and putting growth in to make it look like it's coming back and reducing deficit spending, but that's going to take a while. But yeah, so I mean, you look at the nuance of things, and I like to look at the nuance and a lot of different things, and when you do that, and you see that a lot of on our side on the right, we can have that nuanced discussion. We can see, okay, well, yeah, I agree with you on that, but necessarily on this. And so, yeah, it's about being open-minded, having individual opinions. And I like to be informed. I even still read some left news sources as well as right news sources, and as well as alternative media news sources too.
Yeah.
Well,
are there any right news sources left? I don't even know if there are any.
Any what? Right news sources?
Well, I mean, like mainstream media. Even Fox News has gone to the dark side, if you ask me.
Yeah.
But
I think Newsmax is probably Newsmax, OAN, but OAN is really not that big. But I think Newsmax is probably the leading conservative outlet now. But even they have shown some weakness in some areas too.
Yeah. Well, I don't know.
Way too much.
I say maybe we get back to metals because we're going to start losing viewers.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Sobriety and Silver says, Sal, gold or silver if you had to pick one to stack for the rest of your days?
Well, that is the key phrase, being rest of your days. I feel like I have close to enough silver, so it would be gold if I had to choose one.
Gotcha. Do you have any copper?
Consensus, I think.
What's that?
Do you have any copper? Right.
Oh, yes, I do have some copper. Most of the copper that I have, I've accumulated just for the fun of it, just to have it, but I don't stack it religiously. Why? Because of the big premiums on them. You're really hardly ever going to get those back. If you're going to stack copper, you want to get it in pre-82 cents or pre-83 cents. Some of the 1982 cents are zinc, so you have to weigh those, or I can tell sometimes just by looking at them. But yeah, you just I would not be buying rolls of copper rounds when because it's priced by the pound. So $4 a pound, buying a 1 ounce round for $2, just do the math on that.
Right. Well, if you're
collecting them, if you're collecting them for the fun of it, I've done that, and I've done it even very recently.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, it is pretty to look at, and it's kind of like a cheap way to just buy maybe some more artistic stuff,
Yeah, exactly. That's right. Yep. Amen. That's exactly right.
And this is probably
a lot of cool artwork with it.
Yeah,
What's
this
that,
is one
Vegas?
of the ones. One of the guys in the community poured this for me, FG Stacker. So
that's cool.
Yeah, it's a little copper tree of life. And then FG also did my channel round.
Nice.
Yeah, he did this out of silver for me. 4.47 ounces of silver.
Wow.
It's been toned. Look at the workmanship this guy does.
That is awesome.
FG Stacker, he's awesome.
Oh, that's cool. Got it on the back too. That is neat. Wow.
Yep, front and back.
Can I see the reverse of the copper piece?
Yeah, sure. It's just a little, it's got the stampings on it and the purity.
Okay.
Date. It's got a date. And his little logo up at the top, Morningstar Metals. That's
nice.
The company.
That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah, no, this is awesome. This is only my second community pour, this and this one. And the other guy that did my first community pour was T-Bird. You familiar with T-Bird?
No, I've heard T the Silver Stacker, but not T-Bird.
Yes. Yeah, T-Bird's always in the live streams. He's awesome. I'm sure he's been in your streams as well. He's one of our most loyal guys here too. So
cool. Yeah, I probably have seen him. The name sounds familiar.
Yeah.
FG also did an awesome channel round for Emperor Wang.
Yes,
oh, cool. Nice.
It was really he's done a couple channel rounds for people in the community. Sobriety and Silver says you choose gold. So how do you feel about fractional gold?
I feel much better about it now than I did a couple of years ago because the premiums have come down on a lot of the fractional gold since gold's price went up. I've been buying more of it lately. So, yeah, you can get some good deals in fractional gold now. And I've been buying more of it. So, yeah, feel very good about it.
It's a
Do you
good, I
see?
mean,
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
it's a good way to get into gold because not, I
Yeah,
mean, to drop 3,000, 34, $3,500 for an ounce is not easy for the average person.
right.
Yeah, it's not easy for the above average person.
Right. Exactly.
You know, the thing. Are you a 90% silver guy? Do you appreciate 90%?
Oh, yeah.
Do
I'm
you?
more so than ever before because the premiums have all but disappeared on those whenever you're
Yeah,
buying them because a lot of people are selling them and they're getting melted down. And I did a
that's true.
video about that to stop the melt, inspired by Chris
Coin
Coin
shop.
Shop Chris,
Yeah,
and so yeah, it's a definitely a big fan. I have a fair amount of it and believe in it wholeheartedly.
awesome. That's awesome.
And do you
Yeah,
do
no,
most of your,
I've been leaning into the 90% recently.
it's crazy. You can get it for under spot, right? Some
Yeah,
places.
everything I
Yeah.
bought, 90%, everything I bought, all under melt. Even
Yep.
nice stuff like this, proof quarter sets under melt.
Nice.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
yeah, you can't
So now,
pass.
Sal, do you usually stick to an LCS or
Yeah,
do
for
you?
that kind of stuff, I usually just go to the LCS because I like to cherry pick it.
Nice.
But I'm sure you buy a fair amount from your sponsors, Summit Metals.
Yes, some of metals too. They have constitutional silver. They've got the fractional gold and that type of stuff as well. Yeah, they're growing their selection. It's been pretty. They're starting to carry platinum recently too. So yeah.
Now they're fairly new. What is the story behind those guys?
Well, the Eric came in from the world of trading and had been watching the markets for a long time and business side of as well. And then we have uh, so it's a partnership between Jose and Eric, and they just came together and wanted to start something, and they got it going. They actually posted a YouTube video, I think, of how they got started. But essentially, they had kind of gotten together and wanted to do something. And of course, it's what's tough about it is because they have got so many so much competition, but they really kind of cut through the competition and had started growing very fast and very quickly.
Yeah,
And they started with a very low price model, very competitive prices, and now they still have competitive prices for some things, but some prices have gone up on other items. And as somebody mentioned here, they do have a pretty high free shipping threshold, which is they've made a decision to do that because they think that's where the market's going. I don't know that that's necessarily the case, but I think they were getting so much business. I think it was the cost. Shipping is a big deal with a precious metals company. And I think it was starting to hurt them by doing the lower shipping. So they raised their shipping price, but I'm hoping they may be able to do enough business where they can lower it again. But again, they have to look at their numbers to see if that's possible. But that is right. Southeast Stackers is correct. They do have a high shipping threshold. It's $299.
yeah,
Now
but
I know when
really, that's not a lot of money to spend. I mean, that's less than 10 ounces of silver.
Right. Yeah. And that's just it. Some people, there was a company called Penn Metals that had no minimum orders, and they went out of business within a year and a half.
Well,
It's just you just can't run on that model. So there's got to be something. But yeah, with the price of silver going up and the price of gold going up, you're not going to get a whole lot of metal for $299.
no,
And
and the tough part of that business is the margins are razor thin. You
They
know,
are, they are, they are. Yep. And that's just it. Summit Metals is evolving, and they've got to be able to make some money as well. I mean, there's some products that they sell that they've lost money on at the beginning, and so they've got to be competitive. They want to stand out. But they also, you know, they have this model, and of course, I can't speak for the other two in the community who work with them, but I know with me, they don't want to be a pushy dealer. They don't want us to be going out there and say, hey, buy this, make sure you do this. Silver's going up and you got to buy more and everything like that. They don't, at least they don't want me, and I don't want to do that. I would not have signed a contract with them if that was the case. They want me to be myself, and they want, they want me to be honest with my viewers and transparent. And I try to do that.
Yeah, and that's refreshing.
That's a good company to work for, to be sponsored with. And yeah, some of the other ones I could see where they get real pushy, and I'm sure their contracts are very intense.
Yeah, and I feel for those content creators, where they've got to do that, because I think in some cases that backfires on them, or could backfire them if it hasn't already. It may turn some viewers off, and I just don't think that approach is helpful in any way, shape, or form, because each individual is different, and you're going to want to be able to just see where people are at, because there's a time to buy and there's a time not to buy. And I'm telling you, if silver and gold spike up big time, I'm telling my viewers, wait a minute. Before you pull the trigger, let's see what happens tomorrow. It could keep going up, but if silver spikes up 3.5%, 4% in one day, there's going to probably be a consolidation. So I'm telling my viewers, hold off. This channel is sponsored by Summit Metals, but you probably shouldn't be buying from Summit Metals right now when the price is that high. Let's just hold off a bit and see what happens. Do not buy out of fear. Do not let fear drive you to buy, whether it's coming from a sponsored content creator or not.
Now, was Summit your first opportunity in sponsorship, or did you pass up on some other guys? Or
there's been other sponsorship offers to some extent with some precious metal, but not an actual bullion dealer, not a serious offer. I've had situations where a company will send me a channel around, like a certain series, like this. I forget the last series I did from Pinehurst. They would send me these pieces to review. Say, you check them out. You can only get them at Pinehurst. That type of thing. Or that and that, but not a contract, not a continual sponsorship. That was the first one that was offered. It's funny because I got that offer, and then immediately after that, well, not immediately, maybe a month after that, another bullion company reached out to me and said, hey, you're working with Summit Metals, huh? And I said, yeah. It's like a good company. I said, and this guy I know has got another company, and it's got a good company too. Well, shoot, what are they paying you? I might be able to match it. It's like, I was thinking in my head, why didn't you reach out to me a year ago when you and I had been talking before? You knew about my channel. Why didn't you reach out to me then? It's like, well, I didn't think you wanted to do it. It's like, I'm open to anything. I just don't want, but I don't want to do something and compromise my values for any amount of money to work with a company. But if it's going to be something that's going to be beneficial, it's, then for both of us, then heck, I would do it. Sure. I'm open to anything as long as it doesn't compromise my values.
It's like anything else, you got working with Summit, and that gave you some street cred. You know what I mean? So now everybody's going to want to come. It gets you noticed.
Everybody wants a piece now.
What's that?
Then it makes everybody want a little bit. They're like,
oh yeah, right, yeah.
I've seen you do. I think you did a video. I'm sure it was First Mint. They just sent you like a little round or something, and you talked about.
Yes, First Mint is another one of those that they've sent stuff to me. Very nice people, and see, First Mint is a very specialized outfit, and in fact, the last review that I did for them, I suggested maybe Summit Metals carry some of their stuff, and I don't know if they're going to do that or not, but so that was not a conflict of interest. But yeah, if somebody, hold on a second, here comes a scammer.
All right, let's do it.
Hello? it's an auto dial, so let's see if it comes through. It'll probably crash out. Let's see. Yep, never mind. It crashed
Oh
out.
man,
Anyway,
I thought we
but
were,
missed that opportunity. Anyways, so yeah, it's yeah, the First Mint's great company, definitely.
Yeah.
I've been in touch with them a little bit here and there. They are I've talked to the VP before and their marketing guy. They're a new company and they're upcoming with some cool stuff. They are cool. But I
Yeah,
did notice they sent you something, they sent another channel something. They've given me a piece here and there to talk about too before.
right.
Well, I gotta say, hey, First Mint, stop giving away shit. I'm a stockholder. I don't want you to be giving away everything. Come on, you got to sell this stuff.
They don't
That's
give
right.
away too much, don't worry.
Well, folks,
Yeah.
I hate the time flies by. Unfortunately, I got to get to work on tomorrow's video. The work never stops here, it seems. But I do appreciate you having me on. I'll take maybe one more question if you have one. But
Does anybody,
Yeah,
thank you
sure.
so much. Does anybody
Yeah.
else in the chat have a question for Sal? One last question. Who wants to be the last question for Sal to step out on? We greatly appreciate you taking the time with us. It means a lot. You've been a big inspiration to not only myself, but I'm sure a lot of the community members we have in here in chat, and blue collar. Um, like, I mean, I can't give you enough gratitude for
Multitude of
joining us
gratitude.
tonight.
well, I appreciate you guys. I'm honored and humbled, and I appreciate you having me on. And it's you guys are both great, and this community is awesome. Appreciate everybody in the chat. Thanks for all the questions, and I'd like to have a little fun too. So thanks again, and I really appreciate you having me on tonight.
Yeah, man, we really appreciate you slumming down here with us in the four-figure sub level. You're going to be a six-figure sub guy soon, and we really appreciate it. Thanks for giving us a hand up. We appreciate it.
Oh man, well thank you. You guys are awesome, and I really appreciate you. And I hope you have a wonderful evening tonight.
Thank you
Take
so
care,
much, and
Sal.
don't work
Thank you
too
so
hard.
much.
All right, sounds good. Take care. See ya.
Hey, and give
Thank
me
you,
20 push-ups in that video tonight.
Sal.
All right, man. Oh, that was
Very
fun,
nice
huh?
of him to take his time. That was very nice. He originally said like a half hour, and that was almost an hour and a half. So that
Yeah,
was
no
very
way.
awesome. Very nice.
He said 20 to 30 minutes originally.
Yeah.
So either we kept him engaged and the chat kept him engaged, or and he had a genuinely good time. I feel really good about it because honestly, I was nervous as hell going into this, and I'm not a
You
nervous
did
guy.
you did great. You kept it flowing better than I could. I think I was more nervous. I think I was over here fumbling and bumbling and trying to think of stuff, but um you kept him engaged. The chat had great questions for him, and I think it went really well.
Yeah, no, I got a different perspective on him right now because I think he seems like really super down to earth. Not that he didn't in his videos, but he just I mean, listen, he doesn't have to come down here and mess with us. You know what I mean? He's almost 100,000 subscriber guy, but he's a man of the people, and I appreciate that.
Yeah, that was, and like, I mean, like he said, he's putting in 80 hours a week between work and YouTube. I mean, he's putting
Yeah,
out three videos, three live streams a week. I mean, he's, well, more than three videos a week, but he's doing three live streams a week plus his one or two, three videos every day. I mean, that's pretty cool.
nice, man. So, guys in the chat, man, thank you so much for popping your questions up there, and just because I, I can't stress enough. I was nervous, man. I was telling my wife, I was telling you before we got on. I was like, I don't know what, I don't know how this is gonna go. So yeah,
Friday
well,
Silver says, y'all know Sal is very religious, and you guys talking about his ass.
hey, he brought it up, dude. He even brought AOC up. All right, I brought up AOC's knockers, but listen.
Hey, it's all right.
No,
He seemed to have
he
fun
did.
with it. And that's good.
He did. He brought our knockers up because he said something about her cup size, and that's when I started getting into it. But no, he's good, man. He's awesome. Hey, just because you're religious doesn't mean you can't have fun.
That's right. Silver Sleuth said he detected no bad stuff. See, there you go.
All right, awesome.
just like Blue Collar said, he seems down to earth. He's one of us, you know. I like his take on Summit Metals and why he chose Summit Metals because I'm sure it wasn't just like he said he had another offer after he signed with Summit Metals, but he chose one that didn't want to be pushy and shoving shit down your throat, which is very cool.
Yeah, and that's great that they gave him that in his contract that he didn't have to shill for them. You know, he can express his opinion. If he doesn't agree with what he sees, he can say it. And that's
Yeah.
huge, man. That's huge.
I I've looked at Summit Metals a little bit. They're a little pricey, but I mean nothing any more pricey than anywhere else nowadays.
Yeah. To be
And
honest with
like
you,
you
I
said,
can't remember. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I mean, 299 for shipping, that's nothing.
Yeah. I mean, the last thing I bought from any online dealer, and it's one of my favorite dealers, is Bullion Exchanges. So,
And I
yeah,
mean, generally, if you're looking online, you're looking for something particular anyway. You're not, I mean, if you're looking to pick up an ounce or two, you're gonna go with your LCS if you have one. Not everybody has one though, so I get that.
well, honestly, I'm going to the LCS, and I'm going to dip into Whatnot too, man. I mean, I know we don't want to get into the weeds and start talking about Whatnot again, but um, you know, I'm going. If you're looking to find good deals, I found some pretty damn good deals there. So, but yeah,
Emperor
no,
Wang says he was
yes,
shocked that he
LCS
even knew
over
who
with.
he was.
What's that?
Emperor Wang says he was shocked that he even knew who he was.
Oh yeah, he's heard. He knows Flesh Gordon. That's why he's a personal friend of Flesh Gordon's.
Before he became religious.
Yes, of course, of course.
Littlefoot says it's like the chat went backstage together after the show. There you go. Like Blue Collar said, man, you guys had great questions and it was a big help. And I'm glad we could share that with you guys. I'm glad that was cool.
Yeah, I mean, I tried like Emperor Wang. I tried to pump you guys up, man. I tried to like mention as many of you guys as I could and have them kind of shout you out too. You know, you guys deserve it. You guys are the best.
That was very cool. Sobriety Silver says, okay, fellas, you may have said it already, but who's on Saturday morning show this week?
All right. We do have two. Actually, we have two guests on Saturday morning. We got OJ from OJ's Coins, my LCS. He's going to do a man on the street report from the fun show. And then wrapped around him, this is the first time we've said it, we've got World Money Wins coming in.
That was just lined up shortly before we went live tonight. So
Yep, we
very cool.
solidified that this afternoon. We got World Money Wins coming in Saturday with OJ's Coins from the fun show. So that's what we can look forward to. Did
Thank
we
you to
announce
Blue Collar Stacker.
did we announce Monday night yet or no? Next Monday?
Who did we decide?
Oh dude, I gotta look in my book. And my
Did
book
you
is
tell me or did I? No, you didn't tell
no,
me who
you
we had for
booked it.
Monday night.
You booked it. Hold on, let me look. Hold on.
No, for Monday.
Huh? Yeah, next Monday. Hold on.
I didn't. You
Oh,
guys
maybe.
might.
Oh no, we didn't. Not next Monday. It's the Monday after. I apologize. No. I got somebody that I think we're gonna line up for Monday. It's not done yet though, so we can't talk about it.
Well, I don't. Is it the one you were talking about before?
Which
Did he
one?
get back to you? The one that was on a cruise ship?
No. Oh yeah, no. Yes, it is him that I'm trying to line up, but I'm not talking about it yet because it's not done.
So this Saturday we have World Money Wins and OJ. The
Yep.
following Saturday we actually have someone from across the pond that's coming on.
Yeah. Somebody from Stacker Social,
Yes.
but we're not going to say
Not
which
sure
one.
if you guys are familiar with Stacker Social or not, but it's a what the heck is that? What not I want to say Reddit. It's not Reddit. Oh, it's a Discord. They're on Discord and they have a group on there.
Yeah.
And they actually just hit 1,500. I saw today they just actually hit 1,500 followers or subscribers or whatever you call it on Discord.
Yeah.
But I
Yeah.
know Silverfoil Hat tried to set that up in the US, and you recently saw Silverfoil Hat in somebody's comments, and did he ever get back to you?
You know what? It's hard. I never saw any notification that he had replied, but I did when I commented under his comment, say, "Hey, where you been? You know what's going on? How's everything? Blah blah blah." And I don't think he ever responded, but who knows?
Well, thank you, Sobriety and Silver. He says he's left comments in two of the Thousandaire videos trying to get him to answer, saying if he would be interested. That's
Oh,
awesome. I wouldn't mind having him on. He's funny. Um, he's popular. He's witty. I don't know. See, a lot of these channels, I want to reach out to them and everything, but they don't have email addresses. So it's
yeah, and it's
sort of,
kind of weird. Like I've tried to contact people just by leaving comments on their videos, and sometimes that works, other times it doesn't. But I have gotten some contacts that way. So, but it's
yeah,
public at that point. So
yes. We try and keep it private. We don't want to like hammer the people, but um, hey, if we got to, we got to, you know. We
you
want to
got to
try and
do it.
keep people on that you guys want to tune in and watch. You guys get tired of listening to us to just us ramble.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, this was pretty cool though, having an earlier stream tonight because now I got the whole night to do whatever I want.
Yeah. My wife said, I went to come upstairs. She says, I thought you were going on at 5. I said, I told you 3 o'clock, jackass. She's going to the movies with one of her friends and have her day, so that's cool.
Yeah.
Hey, Great Lakes Joe, what's up? You just missed Sal. Sal is here. Uncle Sal, as a lot of people like to call him. I actually saw his channel around at Archangel the one time, but they wanted like $45 or something. And I didn't
Yeah.
want to tell Sal this, but I wasn't going to pay $45 for his round. Or
Oh,
no, I want
it's
to say it was a 1 ounce piece.
he did
They had
say his original piece was 1 ounce, so maybe that was a collector's item. He probably should have bought it.
damn, see?
You
See what I
blew
get for
it.
being cheap. See what I get for being cheap. You know I'm always cheap.
Yeah, sound like me now. You were trying to sound like me, weren't you?
Yeah. Sobriety Silver says he's gonna bug the shit out of him. I want to know what his job is. He probably works at Starbucks.
Who? Dub C?
No,
Oh,
Sal.
Dub C owns Starbucks.
I know what Dub C does. Dub
Yeah,
C was in here for a minute. I don't know if he's still in here or not. He popped in for a second. He says, was he late?
yeah, he was in, but he's got to close the shop up, and then he's
He's
got.
still in here.
Oh, is he?
So I found a
There he
secret.
is.
I found a secret. If I go to the chat on YouTube and I put at their name, and if their stuff pops up, that means they're in here.
Oh,
So
okay.
I found a little bit of secret to find out who's trolling and who's not.
Ah, interesting. Now, oh, so you do that with where do you put that? Where do you put that at symbol?
In the YouTube chat.
Oh, right in the YouTube chat. Okay, I'm gonna try it. Hold on.
So put an at and then like the first letter of a name, and if their name comes up, that means they're in here. If it doesn't come up, that means they're not in here.
I gotta find
Great
it.
Lakes Joe, you can go back and rewatch it. Don't worry, it's on YouTube. Yes, see, Great Lakes. My brother says get the Thousandaire to do an interview. We're trying. We can't. He has no way to get in touch with him.
Maybe
Dubsy
you
says
got,
he's working late and he's got dinner cooking. Are you cooking, Dubsy, or is somebody cooking for you? I'm sure you have like, is your chef cooking dinner for you? Is that what you
he's
mean by you have dinner cooking?
he's got people for that. Come on.
Yeah, that's what I mean. He's got a chef. His chef's almost done cooking dinner.
Yeah, I would think so.
Ooh, Sobriety and Silver says Dubsy is smarter. He wasn't gonna bust Sal though. All for fun, y'all just messing. Sal has some knowledge too. He's very knowledgeable.
Yeah, no. So I have a newfound respect for him because he, like I said, man, he didn't have to come down here. I say come down a few notches in the ladder. I mean, listen, we've approached other big time heavy hitters, and basically they don't give you the time of day, you know.
Right.
And I think, like you said, though, that has a lot to do with sponsorship. Like, in other words, where they can appear, what they can say, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, I mean, you can't. I guarantee that those SD Bullion guys can only do so much. I'm sure they can't. I don't know.
Oh,
I
no,
could
man.
imagine what their
I'm
contracts
sure
look
that
like.
I'm sure they're locked up in morals clauses and everything else because SD Bullion is very, I'm going to put quotes around it, very righteous company, if you know what I mean. They're kind of holier than thou at times because they've done some pretty funky stuff on orders that I placed, but I'll leave it at that. Um, that's it. I just blew my sponsorship. That's it. It's over.
Yeah. They also
Sorry,
like.
guys.
I wonder if they. I bet their contracts are pretty in depth because if they have junk silver on sale, they have to do a video on junk silver.
Uh huh. Well, that's why they're there, though, man. Those guys are literally paid shills. Every single video they do starts out with "You can win a monster box," or if you're
Monster
the
Mash.
if you want precious metals at spot, contact go to SD Bullion /spot. You know, it's like every single video starts out that way in the first 60 seconds. So they're shills, man. They're paid shills. And listen, there's nothing wrong with that. Everybody, everybody's got to make a living. I get it. They probably make more money doing that than they do on their AdSense, I'm sure.
Um, from what I understand, and I would not doubt it, I've heard it's about 100 grand a year.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't see that being out of line. I would take the
Not at
hundred
all. I
grand. I
mean,
would take the 100 grand in gold and silver though, under the table.
Dubsy's got a good dinner. Thanks, Dubsy. I hope your chef prepared it correctly for you. Do not
Yeah,
fire your chef,
yes. Don't fire the chef.
and don't forget to tip the waiter. Yeah, I mean, if you think about it, 100 grand for them to do advertising for you, that's nothing.
No, no, the margins are super thin, but SD Bullion put out a video not too long ago that they did over $1 billion in sales,
Yeah,
but they're working on 1 to 1.5% net. But do the math on that. What's 1% of $1 billion? That's $10 million a year. That's pretty good
yeah,
money. It's pretty good
yeah.
money. A lot of money for a kid your age. If anybody asks you where you got it, you want to play craps in Vegas.
Yeah. Stacker, Staker, Dividend Maker. How were you guys able to reach Sal? I'd like to hit him up any International Silver Day. Ah, okay. His email is in his channel description, I believe.
Yeah, and by the way, all credit goes to Vegas for booking Sal. He did that. He was totally on point with that. That's you, man. Appreciate you, brother.
It's us. I mean, it's nothing to do with just me. This isn't a me or you thing. It's us. It's what we do. You landed Dub C. I mean, shit.
Yeah, yeah, that's true.
I mean, we put our heads together and try and figure stuff out, and we're trying to evolve it a little better, a little further out, which is helpful.
Yeah. Well,
So
listen, it takes time. It takes time to build, number one, build an audience and find yourself too. I mean, we gotta figure out what we like in a show and just build upon that. And I gotta be honest, man. Like I said, I, I was nervous, and I'm glad he was cool backstage, and I got
he
over
was
that, and it worked out
he
well.
was
So
he was cool. He was very cool. Bean Becky, thanks for being in here. Appreciate you.
good night, Becky. Take care. Take care
Um,
of the
sorry
dog.
that sorry I haven't called out the chat at all tonight. I'm sure that's very understandable for everybody. But we do appreciate everybody that's been in here for sure.
But now that you said that, let's call it out. Do
We
you want
have
me to
Silver
do it, or do
Sleuth.
you want to do it?
That
Go ahead,
that
you do it. You got a better voice than I do. Go for it.
No, I don't. I think everybody likes your little East Coast voice better, but hey. So we got B Taylor starting from start to finish as always. Greatly appreciate you. Being Becky was in here early and with some great questions. Thank you. Take care of those dogs, please, as they are awesome, I'm sure. Silver Sleuth, mahalo. Stack That Gold has been in here quite a bit tonight. Pierre Meadows, Nash, thank you for being in here. I didn't want to say it, but actually, Pierre Meadows is sort of a competition to what Sal's sponsor is trying to do.
Mm-hmm.
Sobriety and Silver with great questions. B Taylor always start to finish. Like I said, Matt Wing. We're trying to get Sal to answer a call. That would have been hilarious. That'd have been great. Oh man. Staker Dividend Maker. Thank you, Big Poppy. I do have a package that I need to send out to you. Singastet, thank you for being in here. Silver Sleuth JK Pioneer says he prefers the smaller channels. We do too. It's fun to be interactive with the chat. When you have 100,000 subscribers, it's hard to follow everybody. But actually,
It is.
Sal does that pretty well on his live streams.
Yeah.
Muscle
Now,
Shell is in here. JK Pioneer, Great Lakes, BM Becky, Silver Sleuth, Stewart was in here as well.
yep. Hey, I emailed you, Stuart. You got a package coming. I think my wife might have sent you a tracking number, so keep an eye out for that.
There you go. Littlefoot, Stewart, Silver Sleuth, Southeast Stacker was in here. I'm not sure if he still is. I hope so. Trying to go back. If I missed you, I am sorry, but we greatly appreciate you, even if I did not mention your name. FG Stacker, of course. Ozark Buck, what's up, Ozark Buck? Kalilo?
Kalilo. Now, Kalilo, I am your first subscriber, so remember that. When you start putting out videos, dude, I'm number one. I just subscribed to you.
Kalilo says, any Reddit PMs for sale folks here? Yo, Vegas Stacker, how you like buying from the sub?
Oh, from press sub the what do you call it? The Reddit, right? The PMs for sale.
Maybe I bought from him from PMs for sale.
Maybe that's how he found you. All right, Khalil, get on that first video. That's I did a challenge on that actually, community challenge. Non-content creators, make your first video and tag me.
Lilio says, I'll keep that in mind. I wonder if, well, did I buy from you on Reddit? Maybe, maybe not. He says yes. Reddit PMs for sale, best prices. Man, there are some good deals on there. I was nervous about buying on there.
Well,
And
if you never did it before, it's like anything else, you know. You figure it out. You know who I didn't notice? I didn't see Stacker Factor in here.
I didn't either. And I emailed him.
Yeah,
Maybe he had to work.
maybe.
I mean, it was 3 o'clock East or 3 o'clock his time. So
Yeah, true. I guess we'll catch him on the replay. So, future Stacker Factor, what's up, dude?
oh, he already clicked off. Sal left. He left.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, he bailed out when Sal left.
He's like, Sal's out. I'm out.
Well,
No,
listen,
I feel bad
we'll got
because
28 people.
originally he wanted to be on with us, and I originally told him no because I thought it would be a little
Well,
congested.
originally we thought we only had 20 minutes, right? So it turned into an hour and 20 minutes, which I don't know if that's a testament to you and I, or if it's just he got lost in the sauce and he's probably kicking himself in the ass right now. He's probably listening, saying, "Why did I stay on with these guys?"
He's like, I got a video to do. They got me staying up late. His name
Yeah,
doesn't
he's
pop
East
in his
Coast.
chat. So I don't know. Like we said, that was awesome of him to take his time out. He was originally going to do 20 to 30 minutes, and I think we just kept him engaged enough and sharing his stories and talking. He's not one that's afraid to talk. That's for sure. That's good.
No doubt. And he's got definite opinions, and that's cool. I like that.
He was not afraid to share any stories or shy away from any questions that we asked him. That's for sure. I loved his answer for Emperor Wang when you asked him about aliens or not.
Yeah. Hey, that's another thing. I forgot about that, Emperor Wang. I gave you the old alien cred, man. That's pretty cool.
I was
Oh,
cracking up on that one.
yeah, that was fun, man. That was fun. And I feel really good about it now because, like I said, I hate to beat a dead horse, but I was scared, man, going
You
in.
did good. You did
I
really.
was,
You were doing better than I was. I'll tell you that.
no, it's not about that. It's just like when I'm nervous, I just, my mouth runs and runs and runs. So if I
It's
tried
fine.
to step on you a couple times, I apologize for that.
No worries. I was trying to figure out stuff to say at moments, and you were there, so it's good.
Well, that's the way it should be, right? Bounce off
Yes,
each other. We hold each other up. That's the way we do it.
that's right.
So,
I posted. I was posting. Somebody asked me to post it earlier. I just posted Kalilo, however you say that. Sorry if I'm jacking your name up. I'm bad with English and every other language.
I'm going to say
I did
Kalila.
post a link to our guest that we will have coming up on a Saturday show. Somebody asked me to post it, and I posted it
Oh, okay.
because
Oh,
they
you
are.
put it in the chat? I didn't see it.
Yeah, this was a while back.
Oh, okay. Is that it,
Um,
Kalilo? Kalilo, is that how you say it? And I'm
yeah.
assuming you're Hawaiian. Are you a fellow Hawaiian? Silver Salute's a Hawaiian, and Bro Wang's a Hawaiian. See, I made an assumption there, but he is. Yep. Yeah.
That is, if he's not from Hawaii, or if he's not living in Hawaii, I'm sure he's from Hawaii. That is a Hawaiian name, yes.
All right. Mahalo.
Littlefoot needs to do a video showing us point and record guys how he edits. Yeah, that's all AI. Littlefoot's the AI king. I'll tell you what though, if you watch, I gotta look at. I'm horrible with names, but I'm gonna tell you somebody that you guys have to go check out.
Yep.
Cy the Sound Man.
Sai is awesome, dude. He tagged
His
us in his
freaking
last video too.
he what?
He tagged you and I in his last video, the one he just put out about the Britannia with the shipwreck privy.
Oh, we were tagged in? I didn't
Yeah,
even know
we
I
were
was
tagged
tagged
in
in
that
there.
video, and I was his first comment, and I said, "Let's do a trade." I was thinking like, I'll send you an eagle privy. I got an eagle privy coming, man. Maybe I'll send it to him.
I don't know the logistics of sending stuff overseas.
Yeah, I'm sure. Listen, man, it's the 21st century. There's got to be a way.
Well, I mean, I don't know the laws, I should say.
Right, right. Well, I would imagine that he knows the ins and outs on that, and I would just take advice from him, because I know you can send anything to the U.S.
I mean, look at this. This is freaking
Oh yeah.
I don't know if I can do this sound and not.
Now I wonder because the sound on that. I wonder if he had somebody film that, or is that AI? I don't get it. I couldn't figure that out.
Well, he is the sound man.
Because there it is.
Wow. Didn't like size slagging off the Silver Eagle. At least he didn't review your chocolate.
At least he didn't review your chocolate.
These Americans didn't like size slagging off the Silver Eagle. At least he didn't review your chocolate. Wow. These Americans didn't like size slagging off the Silver Eagle. At least he didn't review your chocolate.
That's
What's up, stackers? Lady B here. The Americans did not like the wet pigeon comment about their Silver Eagle. What's up, stackers?
Dude,
Need better
that's
internet?
a real person, it seems like, doesn't it?
Wow. These Americans didn't like
Hello.
size slagging off the Silver Eagle. At least he didn't review your chocolate.
There you go. Let's get Cy on. We got to get Cy on the show.
I believe I have emailed him.
Okay, good. Good.
And
Hopefully he's listening over there in the UK. Cy, come on the show. We'd love
so
to
if you
have
guys
you.
haven't watched, he did a video about the Britannia and the Eagle.
Yes.
And that's why those two pieces are those two shorts are referencing.
Yeah, he definitely and I don't, listen, I don't disagree with that. I love the Britannias. I think they're great coins. I mean, listen, I have pride in America and all that, but if it's a shit coin, it is what it is. It is a boring coin.
It is a boring coin.
But
He never replied to my comment.
oh no. Well, I
Like that
did
was,
actually. Let me jump on that video right now. I'm going to tell you if he replied to my comment about a trade.
let's see.
It was on the new video about the shipwreck one.
Okay, let me go to that one. The video shipwreck. Oh, he did reply.
Oh, he did.
He said, "Cheers, my friend." Okay.
All right. I
Did he
guess
reply to
does that
yours?
mean yes or no? Maybe that means.
He did not reply to yours.
Oh, okay. There you go.
He said, "Let's do a trade." He did a little heart emoji thing, but that was it.
I got you.
I told him great production, and I got a cheers.
Nice. I thought you said you didn't see that video.
Which one? I did see it.
The one about the shipwreck, where
Oh, I did see
Britannia dives into the water and picks up a piece of silver.
Yeah, I did see that. Did I say I didn't see
Now,
that?
is that
I
a
might
real
have lied.
coin coming out? Is that a real coin coming out?
I don't know. Good question.
Yeah.
I think I'll have to look back, but I'm pretty sure I emailed him, and I have to see what his response was. I think, dude, everybody I emailed over there, man, they said they're all busy. They're busy in that side of the world, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because Stacker Sticker says he found it funny what Sal said about the aliens, but that's only because he's legal.
Yeah. Well, I don't even know if I'm legal.
Sobriety and Silver, I see you in their Discord quite a bit, so I knew you knew who he was. Um, I mean, I guess I could tell you. Yeah, why not? What the hell?
What are you
Told
trying
my
to
son
do?
he needs to educate himself and go into AI, learn how to operate it. Yeah, my brother's right. He says he told his son he needs to learn how to do AI. I agree. So our the next coming Saturday, I might as well share it. He said he's going to do it, right?
Yeah, go for it.
The next following Saturday will be Stack Collector, who is a co-founder of the Stacker Social Discord that we were talking about earlier.
Yes. Yeah, that's a great get too, man. That's awesome.
So he will be on the following Saturday. It's easier for those for the UK and the over the pond guys to come on because on Saturdays because it coordinates with the time. They're 8 hours difference from me, so that would be 5 hours from you.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Bill
Yeah.
Arrington, thank you for stopping in. Says he's working on dinner, just popping in to say hello real quick. Appreciate you.
Now, Bill Arrington, you're not the Arrington guy that builds like race motors, are you?
He's isn't he a I think he's a supporter of Sal, I think.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I've seen the name around, but I know Arrington builds like, I think they're in Virginia. They build like badass race motors for like mostly Mopars, I think. I could be wrong on that part of it, but
Maybe he's building a motor, listening to us ramble on.
could be. He could be. He's probably got something on the dyno right now. He can't even hear us.
What?
Arrington Motorsports, I think, but it's probably not him.
Yeah, so if you guys have not checked out Stack Collector, I'll post his link again. He was, what did they say? He was almost 1,500 subs. He's at 1.49 subs. So he is not far away from getting 1,500 subs.
Yeah.
So if you guys go over there, sub to him and tell him you saw him on our live stream. Say, hey man, saw you on the live stream. Can't wait to see you and hear your story. He does is it Monday night? I think he does a thing on Monday nights or Saturday night. No, he does it on Saturday nights. He does a live stream on Saturday nights.
Oh, does he?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know
So
what I do on Saturday nights anymore. I think most of the time on Saturday nights I'm live on Whatnot, so I don't really get a chance. And even Fridays too, I've been live on Whatnot. Um, so I haven't been keeping up with Dub. I pop into the his lives and I pop into his premieres, but I can't stick it out, because I got to jump on there and do my thing.
I was trying to, I text you, I was trying to go talk to my wife about whatnot and explain to her what I've been wanting to do and try to do. And I guess I explained it wrong and she couldn't get the gist of it. And then she's like, "You're a scammer."
Oh, really?
And I'm like, "Babe, I'm like, it's just like I'm the casino. That's all." She's like, "Yeah, I know. Casinos are scammers too." And I'm like, "Well, we work for them. We might as well start acting like them." I'm like, "I'm
Exactly.
not." She's like, that somebody's gonna pay that for that." And I'm like, "Hey, that ain't my problem. I ain't making them do it."
No, it's listen, we've had a great time. B Taylor, actually. Oh, dude, I'm neglecting you. You were the big winner in the stream. My last game, the second game, and you bought the last. Can I say this or you don't care?
You think I give a rat's ass? I really don't
Okay.
care.
No, but Vegas went balls to the wall, dude. You are like a dude. You are like a shark. No
I
one was
almost bought
beating
a
you.
$100 freaking. No, I don't
No,
know.
nobody was beating you out on that last. It was the 50th set, and it was the last envelope, and you bid it out. You won it, and the freaking gold was in the last envelope. That's all. That's the way it worked the last time too. The gold, the last envelope went on 49, and that one had the gold in it too. So you just don't know. You never know. When I
But if
say
that
free
gold wouldn't have
gold,
been in there, that would have been an expensive piece of freaking silver.
yeah. Well, I think you got one of those too. I sent your package out. No, you did all right though. I saw what you spent, and I saw what you got. You did okay.
Well, that last one, the last one that I won it on was only. Let me see if I'm doing this right.
I think you
Yeah, that
spent
wasn't bad. I mean, the
no,
last piece I bid $46.
no, it's
Well, I
40,
actually bid less than that.
43.
46 is what all the fees and shit.
Yeah, it was $43. That's probably with your taxes and all that.
So I mean,
Which is
I had a chance at a half ounce of copper or a half ounce of silver, right?
no,
That
that
was
was
the
for the
bottom. What was
envelope. That one.
I know, but what was the bottom?
Oh, the bottom on that was a half-ounce silver.
Yeah. So
I mean,
whatever.
it was 4 half-ounce silvers, a 5 pack of goldbacks, uh, a gram like this, a gram of gold like this.
Hey, that looks familiar. Can't wait to get that.
No,
You know what I'm gonna do with that? I'm
yours
gonna
is
put it
already
on
in the
a
mail.
whatnot show.
And then what was the other prize? Oh, it was a Morgan, a 21 Morgan. But
Yeah,
everything
Sobriety
got
and Silver says, "Hey, I have a question for you two. Have you two ever met in person, or do you just get together to start these live shows?" We've met a couple times at the Vegas coin shows.
yeah, and actually, yeah, we've met probably about 4 times now, right? Because I
Yeah,
came out August that year. It's 3 or 4 times.
yeah.
Yeah, but it's
We
like
even
it's
helped.
like every day that I was out there, we hung out every day. It wasn't
Yeah,
like, oh, I saw you for an hour. We basically hung out the whole freaking day.
yeah.
So
We
yeah,
even went and helped LBS move a poker table.
that's right. That was a great day, man. We had a freaking great time doing that. I mean,
I
I
wish
did
I had.
anyway. I don't know about you, but I thought it
I
was
almost
great.
got myself in trouble. Well, I wouldn't have got in trouble, but the
That
wife
was
had
on
called off that
Valentine's
night.
Day. That was Valentine's Day.
Yeah, she doesn't give a shit about Valentine's Day, but yeah, she had called off that day, and she never calls off because we hadn't seen each other much and this and that. And she knew I was taking the night off too. And I almost went to dinner with you and LBS instead of coming home to hang out with her, but it worked
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
She doesn't get she
LBS and
doesn't
I
get up.
ended up going to dinner at. We were gonna go to some restaurant. I'm not sure. Was it over in? It was in.
Red
Uh,
Rock,
yeah,
Summerlin area.
right. It was over by Red Rock. What was the name of the place that we were going to? I can't remember. It doesn't dive. No, no. Where we ended up
No,
going though, where we ended
it
up
was
going was this place called Four Kegs, which was a dive bar kind of place. That place was cool.
We almost went to Yard House.
Yard House in Summerlin,
Yard House is
right?
a good spot.
Yeah, definitely. But that place that we ended up going was better. Yard House was
Four
like an
kegs.
hour
There's a
wait.
couple four kegs around town. It's just a local bar, gaming bar.
Yep. Yeah, no, it's definitely a nice place. Good food, good prices. Cool.
There's a lot of just local bars like that. They're usually 24 hours with good food, so
Are they open 24 hours? Is that a thing?
probably four kegs probably. I think it probably is. I think that's a bar.
Yeah. So that it's
That-
legal for them to be open. That's like Atlantic City. Atlantic City, I think they close for 1 hour between 5 and 6 a.m. And then they set them up at 6 a.m.
Let's see, four kegs. Do it this way.
Drop a link for 4 kegs in the chat.
If you're in the Vegas area, go to four kegs.
If you're, yeah, they're we're actually shilling for 4 kegs. They pay us 100,000 a year for that.
North Jones. Oh, that was
Yeah, that was the one actually that we went to on Jones.
yeah. Yeah, it's a 24-hour.
Yeah, I think they even had a laundromat in there. You can do your
Probably.
clothes while you're waiting. Go to the bar.
What is that? Is that? Yeah, I don't think that's in the.
He said the neighborhood was kind of shaky a little bit.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at. Yeah, that's not the greatest area, but hey, if you guys made it out of there, that's all right.
No, we definitely made it out of there. It was cool. It was cool.
I
He
just
passed
opened
me
it
up.
over to my.
What was Great Lakes Joe talking about? He said he passed me up.
Oh, he's talking about he got me into precious metals.
Oh, and then now you're out stacking them.
Yeah,
I don't know, man. You've been selling some stuff off. You.
it's easier. It's easy to outstack when you don't have three kids, though.
That's true.
Quit
Yeah, you
whining.
guys are dinks. Dinks can stack.
Things can do a lot of things.
Yeah, that is true.
Things
Dinks
can
can go
spend.
to Dinks can go to Hawaii for 9 days.
Things can have $180 freaking Korean barbecue lunches.
Yeah. There's
I did sell quite a bit of stuff off, but I picked up quite a bit of stuff lately too, though.
Yeah. Yeah, I've
I
been
mean,
kind of lost on keeping track of my stack because up until the end of the year, I had known every piece of silver, gold, whatever, to the penny. And now I just have notes and I got to recompile everything and I got to really catch up because I'm way behind.
I mean, I do
I don't
have
know
this
why I
box.
lost track. Hmm?
I mean, I do have
What do you
this
got there?
box.
Oh, look at that. That's nice. Germania, is that? Royal
Yeah,
Mint?
that's my Germania Royal Mint um,
Nice.
collab type thing. I think the Royal Mint did the silver and Germania Mint did the packaging, I think.
Yeah.
That's a box of 20. That was cool that they sent me that fancy cool box. I guess when you buy 20 ounces, they send you shit.
Yeah, I guess so.
I've replaced 20, 30. I might have replaced all the silver I sold. Maybe not, but I replaced it with gold if I didn't replace it with silver. So it's
Yeah.
okay.
Oh, you're a gold stacker, huh? You like Gator? Gator, I'm a gold stacker. It's a gold stacking channel.
Well,
One of these days we'll get him on. I've been reacquainting myself with his channel, and I actually like the new Gator.
he's a financial advisor now, right? Pretty much.
I mean, I haven't really said he's kind of like a life coach, he seems.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, that could be.
He's like a life coach. He's telling you that your kids are going to grow up stupid if they don't get involved with AI.
Is
Which
that what he
he's
said?
probably right about that.
I didn't know he said that.
Yeah, that was in one of his videos. I like his
That's why my
videos, man.
brother said he's going to teach his kid AI.
Oh yeah.
That reminds me, I got to count how many. 1, 2.
So you got 41 likes on this video. If anybody hasn't hit the like yet, man, smash it up for Vegas.
What? We went from like 33 people down to 13.
Yeah, we're losing audience, man. Everybody's probably going eating their dinner.
Yeah, it is dinner time, I guess. We did come on at a different time, so
Yeah,
understandable. Hey, they
retail.
showed up when it mattered. That's okay.
That's it. Yeah, no doubt.
You know,
Well, you want to cut it off? You want to? It's 2 hours, so
whatever you want to do. I don't care. My wife's gone. I don't care.
yeah. No, I'm down to hang. I mean, you know how it goes. It might be down to 13 now. It might be 23 in a few minutes.
Yeah, you never know. Like you said, there's probably a lot of people there at dinner, eating dinner and whatever.
Yeah,
My youngest one's whining at me, but we'll ramble for a little bit longer. You want
sure.
to whine to
So
everybody? Huh?
what's
You want
that
to whine to
Morgan
everybody?
there? 85 Morgan. What do you got
That's an
there? That
85.
the one on the left, the toner. Show us
You mean
that one.
under this stack of goldbacks?
Yes.
This one?
No, on the left.
That is my left.
Oh, I'm
This
looking
one?
at the YouTube feed, which is that one. Yes, yes.
This
Not
is
that
one
one.
not this
No,
one.
not that one. I know where you got that one. That's my handwriting.
I got another 85. How do you know it's an 85? You can see it that it's an 85 from there.
The one in
This
the
one?
box that says 85 on it. Oh, that one. Yeah, that's the one I wanted you to show. Fluff it up. Let me see that coin.
Is this I think this is
Is that the 80?
I can't remember if this is the toner that I got from Reddit or if this is the one you sent me.
I sent you a real nice 80, I think.
This
1880
is
toner.
it's an 84.
Yeah, no, I don't think that one was from me. I sent you an 80 that had real nice toning.
Did you? It's got to be in this pile here then, probably. As I just manhandle them all. This one.
Well, listen, it's 140 years old, 145 years old. You're not going to hurt it. Is that the one? Yeah, look at that baby. Get it up close. Come on.
You didn't want to get rid of this one. I know that.
No, I didn't.
This one wasn't easy for you to let go.
It was not an easy sale. I'll say that. It's a beautiful coin. Look at that toning. Ah,
It had to be in a book, right? Is that why it's got the toning on the edges?
you know, I have no idea. It just came. Came out of a batch that was just there, and I picked it out. I just went through. Let me grab the ones I just got. I went through like a cold tray, but when I go through a cold tray, I try and find like better dates, even though they're not going to be worth much more money. It's just better dates, you know. Let me grab those. Give me a second. Might as well.
I'm gonna have the pick of the litter at the coin show coming up. Ooh, if that guy is in there, boy. You guys don't know. There was a guy at the coin show. He had some Morgans. Oh man,
Oh
if
my
he's there again, blue collar's gonna be so jealous. Oh shit.
dude, I just said that to my wife. I was like, if that guy is at the coin show with all those Morgans again, I'm gonna have to send Nick some money and have him pick me some shit up. If
This
I'm,
was a Reddit one.
oh yeah, oh that's nice. That's a beaut.
Yeah, this is in that batch I sent you a picture of, and you're like, if you don't grab those, you're stupid. And I grabbed them.
Yeah, for the money. I mean, I think I said just there was 3 coins in there. Just for those 3 coins alone, I would have grabbed it.
Yeah.
But I picked up these babies,
Let me.
shaking them loose here. I know we've very rarely show precious metals on this channel on these feeds, right? Okay, so
My
I got
brother
a
says,
nice.
how's the weather in Florida? I think he said it was going to be thunderstorms.
It was thunderstorming before, yeah. So look at this. I got a 92.0, but it's not. You know, listen, it's a cull, but it's in pretty good shape, and it's a 92.0, and a 92.0 is a fairly key date. You know. So if there were 100 Morgans in the tray, and I could walk away with a 92.0 for the same price, so like $29, why not, right?
Yeah.
I'll take the better date all year, all day, all year, all night. All right, got a nice little 80O, another date that's a little bit better. Yeah, focus, baby. That's a nice little coin, right?
Yeah.
Not terrible. She's in pretty good shape. I mean, it's not a BU coin, but that's fine too. You know, I mean, these coins need love too. Not a bad little piece. Let me see. Oh, this is it's a 91, a straight 91, which is not a 91p, not a super good date, but it's a nice little coin. Good. Come on, focus. God damn it. There we go.
You gotta get. Hey, you said your phone was acting up. Might be time for a new phone.
It is definitely time for a new phone. But oh, look at this one. This is the. I'm going to save this one for last. A 90O. This is a little bit more worn, but it's a 90O. Better date. 21. I got a couple of real nice 21s. I mean, these are BU 21s. Two of them came out of the
Friday
tray.
and Silver says, are better dates and key dates the same thing?
Yes, pretty much. Not really. Key dates are going to be like your really exclusive dates. Better dates are going to be kind of like one step below that. It's not quite a key date, but it's a better date. Better than just a common. That's the way I would describe it.
It's like A, B, and C.
So that's a 97O, which is another better date, not so much a key date. But this one is the one.
Well, Arrington, thanks for stopping in. He says he's got to get to dinner. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you for stopping in.
He's got motors to build.
He's got a dyno to go check.
Get that thing on the dyno. He's got a charger he's working on, probably.
B Taylor says you're gonna sell something at the show. Probably not. I did last year. Hocus pocus.
So this piece, I know it's fucking pain.
That's not a piece. That's a Morgan.
Yeah, you're right.
Speaking of
Yeah, why
pieces,
won't it
Morgan
fall?
Dynasty Silver State tonight.
Oh, there you go. Okay. So yeah, this one, you can't see it, but it's rainbow all the way, dude. It's completely rainbow toned, and the face, the hair above the ear is slightly worn. This came out of a necklace. It was in a sterling belt, and it hung around somebody's neck, I guess. And that's why it's maybe the oil's in the skin, and it's just super toned. I know it's hard to pick. It's hard to pick up with the lighting. Let me see if I could change the color of the light. Oh no, that's not going to do it.
Perfect.
Yeah, that's it. Perfect. Got it. Perfect. No, you can't tell, but maybe you can, maybe you can't. But it's completely rainbowed out from
Yeah,
edge.
it's hard to pick up on camera a lot.
Yeah, from edge to edge, it's fully toned. Just a nice one, and it's a key date. It's an key. No, it's a better date. It's an 85S, better date.
FG says both are descriptive terms that are way overused by some eBay sellers and whatnot sellers.
Well, look, there are, FG knows this as well as anybody. There are key dates. There's for sure key dates, right? I got a 96O in a group of culls that I paid 27, 28 bucks for. And if it comes back AU, it's 600 bucks. If it comes back mint state, it's four figures. It's 22, 33, it steps up rather quickly. Now, will it come back mint state? Maybe, maybe not. We'll see. But even if it comes back AU, my toes are tapping. So it pays to look for slightly better dates.
Because you can get a decent price for a better date, right? And then it holds its value a little bit. And a better date might be a key date eventually with the way they're melting stuff and
yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, that's a great point actually. The difference like between a common and a better date. A common might have 12 million mintage. A better date might have 3 or 4 million mintage, where a key date might have only 1 million or 2 million mintage. But there's no way to account for how many of those were melted back in the 20s and beyond.
Right.
So I guess time will tell. My dog is breathing so heavy right now. She's like panting.
I gave her water.
Yeah, no, she's.
Are people still watching?
I don't even know. Are people still watching us? That's my wife wants to know. 12 people.
There's about 9 of them if you don't count us.
That's
B. Taylor says, he says 300 view minutes. He's thinking there's 300 views on it. I highly doubt that, but you never know. It could be.
Let me see. I saw where I could check the stats at before.
Yeah, YouTube Studio.
I thought
I
I could do 5 though.
got my camera to focus.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, Stacker Staker. Big Poppy says I'm a chain snatcher. He's right. Subway chain snatcher. You gotta wait till the train stops though, because if you snatch a chain before the train's still moving, nobody will care. They'll just let you go.
Oh shit, no, not that.
Baller alert. B. Taylor.
169 views it shows.
Yeah, I don't understand how that's calculated. Because we've been on here 2 hours. We had 35, 40 people in here. What was the peak amount of people? How do they calculate that?
Peak was like 35.
35?
Yeah.
Which I would have expected more than that, but that's not terrible.
I'll take it. It is what it is.
Yeah, and I don't know if Sal promoted us at all on his side, but
No. He mentioned it in a couple lives, but that's okay.
yeah. I think if he would have put out like a community post, we probably would have had 60 people in here.
That's all right. I knew it wouldn't be record breaking or anything crazy. It was fun. It was good.
Yeah, no, it definitely was fun. No doubt about that.
I gotta try it. Let me see. Can I delete that?
All right, so we got somebody in the chat, a Watchman, said YouTube just put you in my home screen chat. YouTube put you in my home screen like 5 minutes ago as I was scrolling. So that's how you
Nice.
found us. All right, dude.
Nice.
I'm gonna subscribe to you.
Well, welcome in.
I'm subscriber number 25, Watchman.
I thought we've had him on here before.
No, I wasn't subbed, and I usually sub everybody. Who else? I'm trying to see who else I could have missed. I'm pretty much subbed to everybody in here. Cygnus Dent. Psy is awesome. Who is Cygnus Dent? I gotta go to his channel. I'm subscribed to him, so I must know who he is.
He's been in here he's been in here a couple different times.
You know what it is, man? I just like my memory is getting bad, dude.
Yeah, mine too.
I'm getting old.
We were going somewhere the other day, and I passed it up. My wife's like, "Where are you going?" And I almost said, "Let me drive." And then I was like, "Oh yeah, wait. I guess I should have turned back there."
Yeah, that
shit.
happens a lot. My wife, she doesn't like to let me drive. Huh?
What about you? I texted you this morning, and I said, "Did you?"
Oh yeah, yeah. She starts writing a text. Did you do? And then she stops and she sends that to me, and then she writes on the end of it, "I was going to ask you something, but I don't remember what it was." So she's
Funny.
getting it too. She's catching it from me. What is it? CRS? Can't remember shit.
Can't remember shit.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
What's up, Watchman? A Watchman.
I gotta print out some more of these gold bag holders.
Yeah, I actually put a few. Actually, you know who got one of those? He's not in here, so I can say it. Silver and Cigars got one of those.
Does he know he has one?
He does not, because I had to mail his mail out to constitutional staff.
That's so crazy to me.
Well, listen, I get it. He's into security. I get it. You know what? I totally get it. And he doesn't want to pay the ridiculous post office box fee, and I get that too. If I didn't,
Yeah,
if I didn't have Whatnot, I wouldn't have a post office box either.
yeah, I wouldn't either.
So, but
But I don't want like I just yeah, I want stuff coming from Whatnot. Well, no, that's not true because buying from Whatnot, I like having a post office box as well
yes,
because that could get sketchy.
yep. FG says, "Welcome in, A Watchman." Uh, Big Poppy, you gotta wait until the dings and then run out right before they close the doors. Of course. Come on, dude.
Stakers is not a bad turnout for the time. I myself don't get home from work until around
Big,
6 or 6:30. Yeah, that's what I was figuring too. The rewatch, I think the rewatch will be interesting to see what happens.
yeah. Yeah, because that's true. Because like Big Poppy says, he doesn't get home from work till 6:30. So
Yeah, there's a lot of people, I mean, that have come accustomed to our time that we, and I think our time works the later time that we do, the 6 o'clock, because I mean it's late for East Coast or and Central, but that people are done with dinner, they're done doing that type of thing, and then they can sit down and watch it. So that's cool.
so what is that? D Dad Dams? Is that what it is? D Dad Amos? Ams? Amos? I don't know.
The Damso,
Okay.
the
Oh, the Damso? I don't know. What's the word? He
the
wants to know what's
damn.
the word on platinum. Do you guys think it will ever recover to where it should be in relation to gold? Well, that's interesting that you say that, because in my video that came out today, I say that I believe platinum will overtake gold. So you heard it here first. Write it down.
Yeah,
Platinum
I
will eventually overtake gold.
it had at one point before, so why couldn't it do it again?
No, it always was. I mean, whenever you describe like levels of whatever, it's silver, gold, platinum. Platinum is always the top description of, platinum record, gold record, platinum record, right? That's because
Yeah,
platinum was always the most expensive metal.
Sal pointed that out in his video that he just did today about how like when you get a tier card like at a casino or like any type of reward card, like the platinum was always the highest. So
Yeah, absolutely. Because platinum was always the most exclusive metal. It was more
yeah,
exclusive than gold. Gold was kind of pedestrian, Now
yeah,
that's what I'm saying. I made that point in my video also, that everybody is just so like with gold, it's like a magical rock. It's not. It's just a piece of earth, you know. And believe me, when it's had its run and when it's over and it's getting damn close to that, for the short term, my opinion, not financial advice, I think silver is going to overtake it. I mean, not price wise, obviously, but I think the GSR is going to the 50s. So that's just my
I
opinion.
just think that the countries are the ones that are dominating the gold market. They're the ones that are buying and selling the gold, and it's the paper hands and the paper market that are determining the silver prices. And then with platinum, I think it's more like Sal said, it's an industrial thing because Trump was knocking down all these electric car mandates and this and that. So then it goes back to uh, catalytic converters, and
Right. Yeah,
the
it's a
demand for
catalyst.
catalytic
Yes.
converters will be high again, which that's where platinum will be used at.
Yeah. Well, I think that was an overreaction. The downfall of it, let's say, the fact that it went down so low because of the electric car mandates and all that. Because really, I mean, we don't have the electric grid to keep up with that. We never did have that. And we never will have that if they don't start building more plants.
Yeah, I mean California, they want you to quit if it gets too hot, they have blackouts and stuff where you're supposed to shut your power off. So I don't know how California is going to run all electric cars when you can't charge your car and make it to work tomorrow.
Yep.
Um, Stacker Staker, I have not made them for single gold backs yet, but I mean, I'm sure I could. I just have to shrink the width down. That's all.
Wait,
I mean,
for
you can
what?
put. He was talking about the gold back holders.
Yeah.
He was talking about like a single gold back holder. You can put a single in there. It just has room. That's all. FG, the PO box on the envelope I got from you, is that good for me to send some channel swag back to you? I don't, man, I don't like doing the channel swag because I don't have any. But yeah, FG, that is a good address.
Hmm.
LBS did not get me set up with what you sent. Maybe that will change when I go to the coin show if I run into him. So hold off on that. Let me see if LBS gets what you sent to me to him. And I appreciate that, FG. The Damso says, my honest opinion in relation to the US dollar, all are undervalued. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, no
Silver should be
doubt.
around 60, gold should be around 5,000, and platinum 7,000.
Well, I mean, they'll all eventually get there, right?
Yeah. I don't own any platinum. Like I said, the only platinum I have is my wedding band, but
Yeah.
I have to put some platinum in my stack eventually.
I know. I actually considered buying some when it was cheap and just never pulled the trigger. Should have did it.
That always happens. All
Right?
the shouldas. All the shouldas.
Yeah, but it's like I'm the kind of guy, I get good ideas and then I don't follow through. And
Yeah.
that's what kills me. That's what's been my downfall. I get the good ideas when they should be had. And then I'm like, what was that idea I had? I can't remember anything.
I'm
I
gonna
gotta
just talk
write stuff
myself out
down.
of it.
Huh?
I always seem to talk myself out of it.
Yeah. Well, maybe that's your good sense talking.
The Damso says when platinum went to 612 in March of 2020, I think I puked. Well, listen, Sal, our guest we had on earlier, I don't know if you were in here. He's been buying for a long time, and I think he was in the up and in the down of all of that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he said he was buying platinum 20 to 30 years ago, I thought he said. So he bought it all through the highs, I would imagine, relative to gold, I'm saying.
Right.
Because like he said, I think the most he ever paid was 1,400 an ounce, but at that time gold was probably 400, 500.
Yeah, that is crazy.
The ratio of gold platinum ratio was below 1 for forever because platinum was more expensive.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool that Sal's round is available on Walmart.
That's gotta be cool to have that feeling. I don't know. That'd be cool.
Look at that thing. There's a lot of detail in that piece. I didn't know it was made by Intaglio.
I didn't know that either.
Is it Intaglio or Intaglio?
Intaglio.
Intaglio. I know that. I think the G is silent though.
Yeah, I think so too.
Let's see what the chat thinks. Is the G silent? Is it Intaglio or is it
Well,
Intaglio?
Dub C always puts the G in there.
Well, that's true, and he does have knowledge out the ass, right?
Yes, I mean, he might even own that man. I don't know. He talks about him a lot.
He does.
So the Damso says they're going to win the Powerball real soon, and then they're going to be buying a literal ton of platinum, silver. I'll be buying a lot more of too, but I'll buy literal tons.
There you go. Hey, if you win the Powerball, go for it.
If I win the Powerball, I'm not buying any precious metals. I won't give a shit about anything. No, I don't know. I might. Who knows? Got to play it to win it,
Yeah.
and we don't have it in Vegas, so can't play it.
No,
Although I
what
do
is?
buy tickets when I'm in Indiana.
Hey, just in case you're interested, my
Yeah, I
latest
am.
video, my latest video is shit in the bed. So come on, guys, watch it. Watch my
Nice.
latest video. That's the cover. Watch this video.
It was a good video.
No, it's doing okay. I mean, it's doing okay for a blue collar stacker video. It sure as hell ain't no 4-9s video or no Silver State stacker video. That guy is crushing it.
Wow, I'm up to 1,071 subscribers. I picked up a couple new subscribers tonight. That's
And
cool.
there you go. Yeah, I don't even know. I haven't checked. I think I was at 1371 before we started. And let's see what we are right now. 1371. How about that? Didn't pick up one.
Nice. Congratulations.
Thank you. At least I held service. You know, a lot of
You
times I
didn't lose any.
I didn't lose any. That's a plus.
The Damso says, do you trust holding USD? You always have to have
No,
USD.
that's why we have medals.
You always have to have USD.
Well, yeah, temporarily.
Yeah.
You don't have
I
to
mean, you can't go
hold
pay
it.
your bills with silver and gold and platinum. Not yet.
Not yet. No, I don't
Unless you
think
use
that's ever
gold.
going to happen.
That'd be too hard.
Yeah,
So Stacker Staker says if he had a custom round, it would be available at Dollar Tree.
yeah, but it would be $1.25, not $1.
Yeah, there you go. The Damso says he's in Indiana too. Nice. There's good parts of Indiana. I miss it from time to time.
Yeah.
It's not a bad place.
Oh, you're in. Oh,
Both feel
today's
better.
one.
I've never seen either of your channels before this stream. Oh,
Well, hopefully you subscribe because I know you didn't subscribe to me. I just subscribed to you though.
let me see.
My Silver Journey, what's up? What's happening, brother? Was MSJ in Peer Metals stream yesterday or? Oh no, that was a cool stream. Chuck Stacks won the 5-ounce platinum that we threw up.
5-ounce platinum.
5-ounce platinum, I said. I meant copper.
Wow, I missed that one. I wish
Yeah,
I'd have been there for that
I
one.
donated a 5-ounce platinum. No,
Loud.
he was it was a 5-ounce copper. He took this one right here, the Libertad.
Yeah, that was nice of you to do that. That was very cool.
Well, thank you.
I was surprised and proud of you.
Well, thank you, sir.
Proud of you, my son.
Thank
That
you.
was very cool of you.
Appreciate that. Now, you know what's funny, man? I've been selling a lot of those 5-ounce coppers behind the scenes, like on the Whatnot channel. Sold another one of these bad boys today. Sold 2 the other day, and then 13 one day.
Nice.
So, hey, yeah,
They're buying them to resell and on Whatnot, I'm guessing.
that's fine by me. Buy them all day.
So
Definitely.
the Damso, you said you're on the border. What border is that? Is that the Kentucky border? Are you down? You might be down there by B. Taylor. B.
No,
Taylor's down there.
you're giving away B. Taylor's location.
That's all right. What's up, Boy and Brent? Good to see you.
What's up, William Brent? What's up? Yeah, we got Blue can't play the utilities with gold back. No, you can't pay the utilities with not yet. Although in Florida it is considered currency now, gold and silver. Now, how we're going to use it and how we're going to implement it, probably won't. But it is considered currency, and by that standard, there should be zero tax. So that's coming.
Yeah, good luck.
Well, we have
MSJ, you missed Salivate Metals hanging out with us.
yeah,
You have to rewind. Go back,
William
rewind,
Brent
like, and subscribe.
The
I don't know
Damso,
where Whitestone and Zionsville is. That sounds southern as hell. That's the
that
Kentucky
sounds
border.
South Bendish to me.
No, the Vills, all the Vills are like south. The Vills are like Kentucky area.
Oh, okay. Maybe it's like what's down south? Not southbound. Well, what's the town that's down there in the where like Don Mattingly?
Evansville.
Huh? No.
Evansville's down there.
Oh, Evansville. Maybe that's the one. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Evansville, I
Evansville.
think, is more around Indianapolis.
Isn't Evansville like across the river from Kentucky?
It might be.
Mm.
I think so, yeah. Just north of Indy. You're not
Oh,
on any. I thought you said the border.
well, maybe he's on the Illinois border.
North of Indy. Yeah, maybe he's on the Illinois or Ohio border.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, maybe the
Oh,
border.
the border of Indy. Okay, I got you.
I got you. Yeah, my cousin lives in Indy, and other cousins live up in West Lafayette by Purdue.
Where I grew up, anything south of 30 was considered Kentucky, and Highway 30 is pretty far up there.
Now, where did you grow up? What was the area?
The Michigan-Indiana border,
Oh, okay. That's pretty big border. Was it like
like
on the Fort Wayne side or on the Gary side?
Gary side.
Okay, so you're like more like a Chicago boy.
I could see Chicago across the lake.
Interesting. Nice.
It's like an hour from Chicago.
I got you. Yeah.
It wasn't bad. It's a good spot.
So that's up by what is that? I-90 up there?
90 94.
Oh, 94. Okay.
I-94, and they drive like maniacs. They used to.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
B. Taylor, you're in Kentucky. I don't know if you can be considered Indiana.
Well, that's your opinion.
There's nothing wrong with Kentucky. Kentucky's all right, I think. I, I don't know if I think I drove through Kentucky, but that's about it.
I don't know if we ever stayed in Kentucky, but I've definitely driven through it many times, a couple times anyway.
I mean, as
I
a young
don't think
kid,
I
we
ever.
went from Indiana to Florida, so
I'm sorry.
as a young kid, we drove from Indiana to Florida, so I had to drive through Kentucky.
Where did you visit in Florida? Did you come to Orlando, like theme park type thing, or?
Yeah, it was Epcot Center, Disneyland, or Disney World, Epcot Center, Universal.
Right. There you go. Been
That
there.
was that was sixth grade with a friend. Me, Vegas, and BT wouldn't be allowed in Whitestown. Sticker says me, Vegas, and and B Taylor wouldn't be allowed in Whitestown.
Yeah, it sounds like it might be a little exclusive, if you will. They're excluding. Hey, there was a day. I'm Italian, right? Oh, you're Italian too.
Only from the waist down.
Okay. My uncle when my family moved to the town that we lived in when I grew up, it was an all Irish town, and the Italian kids used to get the shit beat out of them every day. The Irish kids used to beat the crap out of the Italian kids because they were like darker than them, I guess. I don't know. We had better
Freaking
tans than the white
the
ass
olive
Irish.
oil hair.
Olive oil skin. Yeah, yeah. What was that from? Godfather.
That was from The Godfather, yeah.
Yeah, with your olive oil skin and
B
your
Taylor
guinea
says based on
charms.
your
And your
highway
guinea
laws,
charms,
yeah,
he said.
Kentucky. And your
That
guinea
was Johnny
charm.
Fontaine. What a movie.
The damsel says, just stay out of Indy. This place sucks. I just had my third car stolen in 4 years. Counting two other attempts, I'm at 5 stolen attempted total.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, Indy's a rough neighborhood, I guess, huh? I guess in
Oof.
parts it is. It's just
I mean, might depend on what kind of car you're driving too. I don't know.
yeah. B. Taylor says
Ye-
based on your highway laws, your geography, he is in Kentucky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Italians didn't used to be considered white. Yeah,
That's a fact, dude. That is a fact.
it is a fact.
So it is, man. Back in the day, that's the way it was. From the
Yeah,
like the wasps and the existing average everyday garden variety whites. Uh,
yeah.
Italians Italians were considered Latins. Oh wow, DD. Oh, he's talking
He says
about
he
the
carries everywhere here. Yeah, I don't blame you. I do. I pretty much do here too.
yeah.
That's not just Indiana, trust me. Um, I mean, there's parts of this city I wouldn't park my car neither. Actually, the parking garage that I have to park in for work, there was 3 cars stolen in one night. So,
Oh yeah, yeah.
I mean,
Well, my cousin was, I don't remember what casino he was at, but he lived in Denver, and they rode their Harleys to Vegas, and they were hanging out in Vegas. And here he is at the craps table. He won like $78,000 at the craps table one night. He goes out and his Harley was stolen.
oh,
Yeah, they ripped off his bike. So what did he do? He took the 78 grand. He went down to the Harley dealer and bought a brand new one.
oh, good thing he won that money so he could go buy a new one.
Real good thing. He would have been flying home.
Yeah, somebody had, I think it was like 3 cars stolen in our parking garage for work, and another person I know, they had their electric bicycle type thing stolen from work.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, it's everywhere, bro.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's a guard gated parking garage that I park in for work, and
Yep.
see how that mattered.
Big Poppy says, I grew up in a predominantly Irish and Italian neighborhood. Well, I can say the same thing, but that was the white people in my neighborhood were predominantly Italian and Irish. Um, but we had 1/3 white, 1/3 black, 1/3 Puerto Ricans. And so it was a very, very mixed community, it was a good way to actually grow up, I think. Taught us a lot.
Yeah,
Um,
diversity is good.
it is. Absolutely it is, man. You know, I, where Big Poppy, where did you grow up? Did you grow up in New York City or on the island?
FG told me just park between 2 more expensive cars.
That makes sense. Yeah, that's a good point.
No, they don't take the expensive ones. Those are harder to steal.
Yeah, no,
But
they don't. That's true. The most stolen car is like a Hyundai right now, I think.
yeah, it's like a Kia,
Is it? I don't know. I thought it was like a Hyundai Sonata or something
or it might
crazy.
be a Hyundai. Yeah, I
Well,
think you're right.
it's probably the easiest car to steal. I think all you got to do is like look at it and it starts itself and drives away.
Yeah, I think you're right. And that's why I was looking at rental cars, and I'm like, nope, I'm not getting that one.
Oh, Big Poppy's in Ohio. I thought he was a New
Yeah,
York.
I thought he was Ohio.
No, I thought he was a New York guy originally, though.
Might have been. I don't know.
He
Damso
sounds
says
like.
he wish he could gamble sometimes, but I just don't have the luck or on small gambles, nor the stomach for big bets. Yeah, nothing wrong with
Mm,
that.
yeah.
Yeah, B Taylor to Danzo, you guys could all do a little meetup over there.
Yep. Kia are the number one stolen now. That's what the Damso says.
Yeah, I think, like you said, I think it's you just look at it and it like opens the door. It's like Kirby, just opens the door, lets you in, and takes off with you in it. And you're all good.
Yeah. I think if I had a Kia, though, I would probably want it to be stolen. Sorry, all you Kia fans out there, but every time a car goes by me on I-95 doing like 100, it's a freaking Kia, dude.
Because
Every
it's
single
stolen.
time. Maybe it is.
Probably
Maybe
because it's
that's
a
true.
stolen one and they don't give a shit.
Yeah.
I don't know. Danzo says he has had a Honda, a Mazda, and a Mustang stolen.
All right. So Big Poppy is a New Yorker. He's South Beach, Staten Island.
Oh, there you go. See, you were right.
Yeah. No, I remember him saying that now because like he's like a outer bridge crossing Gothel's Bridge dude in that southern
Wow.
part of Staten Island.
You started talking about Kias and we lost people. We're down in We're down to 9 people. Yeah,
It
fuck
just
you
said
talking about
14.
my Kia.
I was just looking at it, it said 14, and then it dropped to 10.
Yeah, because you started talking bad about their Kias.
Sorry, guys.
No, you're
I'm
not.
not talking bad about Kias. I'm talking bad about Kia drivers. First neighborhood on the SI side, Staten Island side of the Verrazano. So what was I'm gonna quiz him. What was the nickname of the Verrazano Bridge when they first built it? I don't know if they still call it that now, but it was because it went from Bay Ridge. Bay Ridge is an old ethnic neighborhood, and he'll know. He'll know what it is. If you watch the movie Saturday Night Fever, they say it in that movie.
That's probably before his time, no?
It is, but believe me, if you're from that area, you know. Come on, staker, stacker, dividend maker, pancake maker. Tell us what it's
Bread
called.
shaker.
What was it called?
B. Taylor says he's gonna look it up.
Look it up, man. First one that puts it in the chat, Vegas is going to send you
A
a
banana.
multitude of gratitude.
I'll give you one push-up.
Yeah, there you go. Let's make Vegas do push-ups. Get it in the chat. Vegas got to do 10 push-ups if you guys get it right.
Let's make
Oh man, you better call 911 because Vegas be having a fucking heart attack.
Jane goes, let's make average Joe do push-ups. And I'm like, yeah, no, man. I'll be blowing
Man,
his
that would have been so cool if Sal would have got a call.
I know, that would have been great.
Oh man, I was so hoping. He said he rescheduled one too. He didn't have to reschedule. That'd have been awesome. A Sal prank call on our stream. Oh
I know,
man.
right? Well, he did get one call, but I guess it didn't pan out.
Yeah, it was one of those automated ones when you answer and it just like disconnects.
Yeah, like a robocall. Come
Yeah.
on, Big Poppy, I'm disappointed in you, brother.
He's Googling it.
I think but you can Google it in 10 seconds.
Well, maybe he
I
has a
think
slow connection. He's watching us, so it slows down his connection.
he left New York. He was too young when he left. Well, he's a young guy though, isn't he? Oh no, he's not that young.
He's like my age. I thought he was younger, but he's like my age, I think.
Yeah. Actually seen Big Poppy's picture.
You saw Big Poppy's package?
I got a face reveal of Big Poppy. Yeah. Hell yeah.
The Danzo says he's actually at work, so gotta hop off here. I'll come back though and check out the videos. Glad YouTube recommended something good for once. I'll see you guys later. Thanks, man. Appreciate you. I'm glad they recommended us as well. Hope we entertained you as we're not even.
All right.
I don't think we've talked about metals in the last hour.
Yeah. Oh, so he left in 86. All right. So just so you know, the name that they gave the Verrazano Bridge, because it connected Bay Ridge, which is an Italian neighborhood, they called it the Guinea Gangplank.
Oh, so Staker's actually older than I am. 9 years,
Oh,
11 years
wait.
older than I.
Wait, you were 18 in 86. So shit, dude, you're not much younger than me.
Yeah, I don't.
You are old, brother.
I thought he was younger than that. You were 18 in 86? Holy shit.
So let me see. Let me do some math. Let me reverse engineer that. That would make him born in 68. So that would make
He's
him,
about 4 years younger than you.
carry the one, borrow from that. 57. Wow.
Yeah, MSJ and I were closer in age. MSJ says he was 8 in 86. I was 7.
Well, I turned 21 in 86. But
Yeah,
most of 86 I was 20.
I turned 10.
I like my bitches young.
That's right. Rob the cradle. FG says he graduated high school in 86.
Yep.
Yeah, Stacker was about right there too, 18.
84 for me, but I didn't graduate actually. I'm a slacker. I'm a junior high school graduate.
I do know that the White Castle Center. Is the one on Bay Bridge.
Wait, what? Are you talking? Did I lose you?
Me? I'm
Hello.
mumbling. I'm reading out loud to myself. Stacker
Oh,
Sticker says he
I
does
thought
know
I
that
lost
the
the audio for a second.
he says
I
he
do know
does
the
know
White
that the White Castle in Saturday Night Fever is the one on Bay Bridge.
in Bay Ridge. Oh,
Oh, Bay Ridge.
Yeah, Bay
Yeah,
Ridge. Bay Ridge, Brooklyn. Yeah. Bay Ridge is like a little enclave of a neighborhood, man. That's big money in that neighborhood now. Bay Ridge used to be a working class neighborhood, but I don't think it is anymore. Thanks for pointing that out.
I'm always here to help. You guys can always count on me to be a jackass. Don't worry.
What did you point out? What did I miss?
Point out
You
his
pointed
age,
out
I
that
guess.
Big
That
Poppy's
he's old.
old like us. He's old
Yeah,
like me.
yeah.
Well, I think out of everybody, I think Silver Sleuth. Sorry, dude. I think he's the oldest out of this group. Oh no, maybe Bob is. Bob Wojciechowski, right? Maybe, I don't know. Maybe he isn't.
Ozark Buck.
Ozark Buck is. You know what I found out though? You know James Reel. James Reel was born the day before I was born. One day. I'm 1 day older than him.
Oh, nice.
Big Poppy's wife is 7 years younger than me, he says. That's
Man,
the way he's at.
my wife's 10 years younger than me.
Oh, look at you, cradle robber.
I see these guys coming to work and these broads are like they're like 20, 30 years younger. And I'm like, what are you doing?
He's like,
Like
well,
what?
I'm doing what you would be doing if you had my money. That's what he's thinking.
I don't know. Like
Yeah,
what?
no, I love when I see that, like a 60-year-old guy with a 30-year-old broad. And, they're like, who said this the other day? Somebody said, oh, dude, you're embarrassing yourself. And I'm like, I don't know, man. He don't look embarrassed. But
Yeah.
have you seen Coach, what's his name?
Oh, Belichick?
Belichick's, oh my God. I think she's like 24.
That dude went to the high school. He's like, hey, what are you girls
Oh,
doing?
hey, listen, more power to you if you can still rock that, but I don't know. That's
I,
crazy.
I don't know.
I can't believe that she would be all that interested in it, like a 75-year-old guy.
I mean, you sit
If he
down to
didn't,
dinner, what's she asking about, you know?
well, look, if you put him in a trailer somewhere with no money,
Yeah. Yeah.
he ain't getting that chick, dude. He's not getting that
Yeah.
chick. So,
Yeah, you're right.
you know what I mean? Unreal. FG says
100%.
he was born in 68 as well. 68 was a good year. Not
Oh,
that I
see,
remember.
Sticker and him are the same age.
Yes, that is correct. That is correct. We're doing a full accounting of everybody's age. BT, I can't figure out. Now I look at his picture. I'm going on his page right now.
I think he's 32.
Hold on. No, BT's older than 32. Hold on.
No,
Let me go.
I know. He said it. He said
Now BT's got a little fragment of gray in his beard. I'm gonna say BT's like 42.
he says
36.
he says Journey is not much older than he is. And Journey is a year older than I am.
All right,
So
so
I'm
I
guessing
might be
he's
I might be right on the
40,
money. I said 42.
42, 43. He said BT's got some gray in his chin.
BT, heck yeah, man. So did I nail it right on the number? 42? Hey, if you were 52, I would go with 42. Sir Staker. B. Taylor.
No.
Oh man, I'm getting tired, dude.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to take a nap before my wife gets home. Stacker Factor's only 39. He's a little young pup.
Yeah. Stacker Factor is probably the biggest baller on this YouTube that I've seen.
I don't Dub C. You can't compete with Dub C.
Daddy, take care. Yeah, I don't know about that, man. I don't know. I mean, I think Stacker Factor, he's a young, singlish guy, and I don't think he's got anything to spend his money on except Stacker Pupper and medals.
I thought he said he was married once.
Oh, is he?
I
I
thought he
don't
said
know.
that once. I might be wrong. I have a bad memory.
Yeah,
I
maybe
thought he
three.
also said his grill was platinum once too, so I don't know.
BT, what did I say? Something bad? He's like, oh my God. Oh, the other day, I was telling my wife, BT, check this out. I was in 007's thread, and you know that bearded pirate? He was showing this like 3D printed pirate with a big beard, and he kept saying, this is a bearded pirate, bearded something, bearded this. And I put in the chat, I said, bearded clam, and BT threw the side eye right at me, dude. He threw the side eye immediately. I was like, dude is on it. Dude is on it. But I think it went right over 007's head. But later on that night, my wife bought me that bearded pirate. Oh, she bought it. I don't know if she didn't buy it for me.
Myself.
She bought it for herself. I took credit for that. I don't know why, but you overpaid for it. I saw what you paid for it. He was running it for like $4.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
He
you got
screwed
screwed. Hell yeah, you got
What are you
screwed.
buying?
That's it.
Huh?
007 is out.
What are you buying? 3D printed stuff from 007?
Yeah. Look at that.
Well, I don't see you streaming, so I can't buy from you.
That came from 007. You could be selling this crap, dude.
That's crazy.
Look at this.
What'd you pay for that? What'd you pay for that stuff?
I don't know. What'd you pay for the spiny thing here?
I think they were like 5.
Spiny dragon, like $4 or $5. I think I probably got it cheaper because I always wait. He runs it once, and then if it doesn't sell, he runs it again at a lower price. So I'll wait it out.
Give me a second. I'll tell I do have to because that's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, look,
Don't
Sure.
touch my alien.
I bet you could get $10 for this.
People want to buy that all the time from our stream.
Yeah, they're like, how much?
Do
for
they
the
really?
Yeah.
Yeah, they say how much for the alien, and I think they're talking about the 5-ounce alien copper round, and they're like, no, the green one or the copper one. I was like, no, they're
Yeah,
not,
we always tag you in our stream to tell them to go there.
not for
You
sale.
should put them in your store.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Actually,
will.
if you put these in your store for like $2, you'll get your 1,000 sales in a week.
That's crazy because you know what that thing cost?
Don't tell us. We don't want to know.
I do.
What do they cost?
You know, I've told you before what it cost.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. You could put them in your store for $1. Put them in there for $2. And that way you'll just bang, 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 sell like 500 of them. And you'll
I'll put it
get
to you this way. I could put it in there for $2 and still make a profit.
well, there you go. So then you'll get your 500 sales almost immediately because every time I'm live, I'll say, go over to Vegas Bullion, buy one of these aliens. I think you like $2.
I have to figure out. So I was trying to run the numbers tonight, and I have to figure out what kind of game I want to run. I don't want to run a 25, 26 spin game. A
Listen.
1 in 26 shot? That's ass.
Dude, in about 2 seconds, I'm going to go LBS on your ass. I'm going to tell you to get off your ass and just stream. Go on tonight. Just go on tonight and do one.
I got my second phone charging right now. See, look, I'm balling now. I got 2 phones.
Hey, BT's got 2 phones. Why not?
BT, I'm glad you have 2 phones because I saw that. Don't think I missed that the other day. You said you had 2 phones the other day, and if you didn't, you wouldn't have been watching one of us. And I greatly appreciate it that you have 2 phones.
Yeah.
BT, you're awesome, man. I'm trying to figure out my game structure, dude.
For how long?
I don't want to. How long have I been trying to figure it out, or how long
Yeah,
is the
yeah.
game?
Hold on, let me check my watch. 3 months? Just do it, man.
Can I buy like 20 aliens?
Yeah,
I'll.
Put
Can
him
I-
in. Put him in your store, and we'll buy him.
hey, that
I'll
would
buy
work.
shit. I'll buy 50 of them from you, and sell them for $5 a piece.
Yeah, I could do that. FG says, "Hey, you guys want to call out someone young that is starting into the stacking community?" Yeah, we'll
Yes,
call
sir.
out anybody. We'll bring them on the show if you want to. I don't care. Um, it's not how much it costs in filament. You have to figure in wear and tear on your printer as well as the printer time it consumes. Yeah, I get that. And you got to try and factor in the price you paid for your printer and all that stuff too. I get it. You're right.
Yeah, but what is the the life expectancy? How many prints can you expect out of that printer? I
I
know
have no idea.
it's going to vary because they're all different, but can you expect 5,000, 10,000 prints?
I would imagine so.
So then it's pennies. It's pennies on the dollar. What does a 3D printer cost? 15, 1,800?
Mine was about 15.
Okay, so if it gets 10,000 prints, it's about 20 cents a print, 30, yeah, 15 cents. So that's not really a factor.
It depends. I mean, there's more stuff that to it, like FG saying, like there's stuff that can break and there's stuff you got to replace. And but I mean, I don't. That's like I don't know. That's not something you really factor in on that. I don't think. That's like you buying a
Well,
car and
listen,
saying you have to factor in how much they paid for the concrete for the sales department.
yeah, but like it's like a car, like you just said, a car. The more miles you put on a car, the less significant the brake jobs become because you divide it up over a huge number of miles. I got 316,000 on my car.
Yeah.
And so, well, first of all, I've never done a brake job on my car because it's a hybrid.
I didn't do
I got
mine.
original brakes on my car, 316,000
Jesus.
miles. That's no
Wow.
bullshit, dude.
And I changed mine at 265.
Yeah, my wife's got 419,000.
Okay, so let's talk about this. I'm trying to figure out the game to run. All right.
Huh?
I don't want to run a 1 in 26 shot at an envelope.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you. I wouldn't want to do that either. But like what you were saying to me earlier today, like a 1 in 15, like a 1 plus 15 with a halfway decent floor, I think you'll get way more response out of that.
Yeah. Like I would love to do like a 1 in 10, but you can't do the prizes I'm looking at throwing out there.
Not unless you're doing $50 spins.
Right. And that's harder to get that audience, I think.
Yep. MSJ says his hybrid has original brakes and it's 175,000. Well, you got many more to go because I got 316 factory brakes, 316,000.
Man, you guys drive way too much.
Dude, between me and the wife, we got 730 something thousand miles on our two cars. Plus, I got another 100,000 on my daughter's Toyota.
Okay, I gotta go.
So
Yep.
if I do a 15 wheel spin
Yeah.
and run 10 of those,
Wait, MSJ, your car's only 4 years old. I bought mine with 20,000 miles on it. It was 3 years old, and I've had it for 5 years, so it's 8 years old. But the first 3 years, only 20,000 went on it. So 300,000 in the last 5 years I put on it. But I do I drive, airport runs and like not Uber and Lyft anymore. I started out doing that as a side gig, but I do it all privately now. I don't even think I'm registered with them anymore. You with me, Vegas? You fall
yeah.
asleep?
No. I'm trying to
Dude,
figure out.
we've been on for 3 hours.
Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah.
There
The
was
last hour we've been talking about nothing. That's why
We
I got
gotta do
nine.
it. We got to try and do like a marathon stream, like 24-hour stream.
Wait, there was a guy that's streaming on Whatnot, and he just said intaglio meant.
It could be intaglio or it could be intaglio. I've heard it said both ways. 800 miles a week, is that just from your commuting or do you drive professionally?
Okay.
I believe he works a couple different stores or something.
The G is silent. MSJ says the G is
Talio?
silent. Intaglio.
Well, Dub C with the knowledge out the ass.
Yeah,
B
BT.
Taylor, keep the spins lower starting out, in my opinion. I'm not swinging at steel pennies.
Absolutely, I totally agree. But
See,
with
B
that,
Taylor, I'm looking to do a 1 unit gold back as my floor. I don't want to do the freaking pennies. I don't want to do the dimes. The smallest I want to do is like a 1/10 ounce silver, and I really don't even want to do that
yeah, but
because I mean you can't.
you got to look at what works. You know, you got to base it on other people's models. But I totally agree with what you're saying. I would rather give a higher floor and a lower top prize with a cheaper spin and make a little bit less money. But I think people are more interested in the games. And B Taylor, I think B Taylor can attest to that. I think he has a good time in there. You've been in there. You have a good time. I mean, shit,
See,
Nick.
I would rather cut into my profit and give a good floor than give a penny and make more profit.
Yeah. Well, if you
And
give,
don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with giving a penny because hey, if people are happy getting that, then by all means that's their problem, not mine. But
yep,
I want to give a game that people want to come to, you know what I mean? I don't want somebody just to come and play once and then not come back.
right. Well, that's the thing. It's like if you give 25 pennies and a gram of gold, you got one happy customer.
Yeah.
And everybody else was pissed off. They paid $15 for a penny.
Okay, so say I run a 15 spin game, 10 games, 1 pack per game, right?
Yep.
Out of 15 spins, what do you think the average it would take to hit the the envelope? Three,
Oh, so
four?
in other words, okay, I got what you're saying. I mean, listen, I've had I've had wheels where it hit on the first spin twice, and then I've had wheels where it hit on the last spin twice. So could go either way, but I would say on average, you're probably in the middle somewhere. If you got 25, you're probably 12, 13 average.
So if you have 15, you can figure at least 5 spins, average.
I would say you probably could figure 7.
7 out of
I would
15.
say, yeah, it's a, you know,
So you figure half.
yeah, I would think half. Yeah. Half the time
Because
it's
that's
going
what
to come before. It's probability, right? Half the time it's going to come before, half the time it's going to come after.
see, and that's what I was trying to figure out, and that's why I was trying to have my wife help me out, try and figure out. I'm trying to find the average, so then it can help me base the 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 starting bid price. You know what I mean?
You know who you got to ask that question?
Is
Grok. Grok.
who?
Grok. That's the AI bot that Silver State Stacker asked about silver. And he got
Oh,
26,000 views on that video. No,
yeah.
seriously, I would do that. I would ask AI what is the best way to set up a randomizer game on Whatnot, and it'll tell you. It might be
That's true.
bullshit, but it'll tell you.
No, it might. It probably won't be bullshit.
Yeah,
Actually, let me Google it right now. I think AI is built into Google nowadays, right?
pretty
What
much.
is
But
the best?
Google Gemini.
What did you say? What is the best
Oh,
way
uh,
to set up?
a
Oh,
randomizer game on Whatnot. So 3D Woodworks just came in. What's up, 3D? You missed Sal, dude.
it says to set up a randomizer.
Yeah, it might tell you.
Hey, what
So,
AI was that? What AI am I gonna?
oh,
Hey,
I don't know.
AI.
I use Google Gemini and ChatGPT. ChatGPT, I think, is better.
Do you have to pay for Chat GPT?
I don't think so. I don't know. I don't pay nothing.
Chat. GPT for free. Open AI.
Yeah. Or you could just
Ask it.
listen to the guy that we were on with last night and try it his way. Seems like he knows what he's doing. He makes some good money. I don't think it's about the money though. I think we have a great time in our games. Just my opinion. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you guys hate it, but there was so many YouTubers in there the other day. It was like I felt like it was on here.
So they said wheel spins, dice games. Sell pulls at a flat rate, $25 each, with 1 in X odds of hitting something worth $100.
Yeah, good luck with that. Nobody's bidding $25 for $100 prize.
I
Unless
just
it's
bid
50
$43 for.
and yeah, but you won, so that worked out. But
Oh,
you're a degen too, so you can't count yourself.
they're all degens. You gotta, dude. I'm 99% of the people on Whatnot are degens.
I agree. I count myself among them, but I try to get good deals. I got some real good deals recently. And I had some clunkers too. I filmed a video the other day where I opened up 2 packages and I pretty much got skunked, right? And I filmed it and I was like, I got to show my losses too. I can't just show my wins, you know? I haven't put it out yet though because it's kind of embarrassing.
I'll tell you, I'm a degenerate. I get my ass kicked so many times.
Yeah.
Fire station. Yeah, it doesn't really say on here. Gem or GPT's like no. I found something that GPT doesn't know.
Yeah. That's why I
I'm
kind of
probably
like
wording it wrong, so it's probably my fault.
that's why I like having multiple chasers in one game versus one chaser, then move on to the next game, next game, next game. Like he was saying last night. I kind of feel like if you have multiple chasers, you're gonna do better. But I
So
don't
that's why,
know.
like, I was gonna do a game like he said, where you have like multiple different games into one game. You know what I mean? Like you do 10 sets, and each one of those 10 sets is like a separate game.
Yeah.
Get an envelope each one, and at the end you open up the 10 envelopes.
Yep. Hey, I should have
So
showed Sal this.
there you go.
A silver Trump bar, 5 grammer, and a 1 grammer. Boom. My
A
focus
Stacker
is
Staker
stock.
says you guys Stacker Staker says you guys might wind up doing a double header. We're getting close to the normal start time. Well, that's what we're
We
working
are the
for. We're
normal
working for
start
the
time. We're
normal people to
past it
come in here.
actually.
We're waiting for the normal people to come in here and be like, "Hey,
Hey, what's going on? You just started out, right?
it's like,
Actually,
what do you
that
mean
might
you guys are
happen. You
done?"
never know. BT was saying, yeah, marathon. We got to do a marathon stream. So I guess that's it. We're on for 24 hours.
No, I ain't doing 24 hours.
No. This is the longest we've ever streamed for. But you
3D
are right,
Woodwork
though.
says he's elbow deep in a Ford Ranger. The rear brakes went out. Oof.
Oh, man. I love those, that Ford Ranger soundbite that you can mix in with your videos. You ever hear that one?
No.
Guy's like, it's a motherfucking Ford Ranger. And it's usually some guy doing like donuts in a Ford Ranger.
Divided by 70.
That's it. I just got your video banned. I said the F curse.
So essentially I could do that. I could do 15 wheel spin, 10 sets, but it'd have to be like $20 a spin.
Yeah.
And the top prize would be a 1/10 gold, that one piece that I have.
Yep.
Under that would be a 2.5 gram gold. Under that would be 2 1 gram golds. Under that would be 6 uh gold back 5-pack gold backs. And then the floors would be a one gold back.
Yeah.
That's a solid game right there, right? I mean, would you
If
spend $10, $20 at that?
I don't know, man. I generally like when Keizu is running their surprise sets. I usually try and keep my bids to 20 and under. And if I get lucky, I get lucky. But I've been known to chase. I've chased on them a few times. Keizu is kind of they're kind of intoxicating, especially Keegan. Man, Keegan is balls to the wall. That dude. Noah's a little bit more subdued, but
So FG says you have to be careful and read the whatnot rules on that. I think the way whatnot words TOC, you can run feeder games where the prize is an entry to another game.
yeah, you can't run feeder games. He's
You
saying,
can't run feeder games.
yeah, but the way he was talking about it was you have 10 prizes and you set up 10 games with 10 tops, and then you just open them all up at the end. So it's all separate games, and you're not feeding from one game to another. But I guess they are linked, though. I don't know how that works. Yeah, maybe you better look into that.
They call them sets though, right? This set, that
Yeah,
set.
yeah. Surprise sets. That's what I call them.
Surprise sets. That's what they call them. Surprise sets.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't gotten dinged yet, but I've understand that some of the stuff I've been saying is not supposed to be said, like the word juice.
Right.
So I gotta work on that. Big giver.
But they run these surprise sets where they do that. There are shows that do that all the time.
Yeah.
But it's the way they word it. I got to look and see how they word it, I guess.
Oh yeah. BT's saying with all that gold you got in there, somebody would buy that show. If I'm reading you right, BT, that's what I'm assuming you were talking about.
Yeah, and that's what I'm thinking. If you got a shot at, I did the math. That's about 1,050
Mm-hmm.
for those top 10 prizes. So if I get 7 out of 15 spins, that's 70 spins. I'd have to get at least 20 a spin because then you gotta factor in the other 60 gold backs.
Yeah. Oh, I
So the
know.
set would cost me 60 times.
Well, while you do that math, I'm going to talk to BT. Um, yeah, Keizu is a whole different animal. I asked what's his name, Keegan, to be on the show, to be interviewed, and he said yes. So he's gonna. I'll get him.
Yeah, I would have to run it at $20. That would break even without even the whatnot fees. So that would not even break even.
Yeah,
And that's at a figure in 7 spins average.
cool. MSJ, thanks for coming in, brother. Appreciate you. And
Thanks, MSJ. Appreciate you.
stop back in like 3 hours. We'll still be on.
Yeah, we're gonna go get a snack, and
We're
when you
going
wake up from work,
24
we'll still
hours.
be
Yeah,
here.
doing a 24-hour stream.
We're on it.
I don't know, man. It's been what, 3 hours and 15 minutes?
I'm ready for a nap.
Yeah, this is a Monday Night Metals record.
Monday Night Metal Marathon.
Monday Night Metal Marathon. And BT's been here since before the show started.
B
Who
Taylor
else?
is the best.
Who
FG.
else has been here for that long?
FG.
FG, yeah, FG was here in the early, but he might have left a little while.
Sobriety and Silver left, I guess.
Yeah. BT said, yes, Joe, he's been here the whole time.
Stacker Staker. I think he came in a little later because he was working.
Yep. See, it says we got 9 people, but only about 2 or 3 are actually commenting. So maybe the rest are bots. If you're not a bot, put a thumbs up in the chat.
Well, one is me, one is you, one is Average Jane. That's 3. So we
Oh
got
yeah, I
6.
forgot about that. Yeah.
We got 6. B Taylor, Stacker Staker, MSJ just left, so now we're down to 5.
Yeah. We got Stacker Staker threw a thumbs up in there. Who else? Who else is out there? Come on, chat. Bid it up. Give us a thumbs up.
Thumb it up, chat. Thumb it up.
FG
Yeah,
says
FG,
he's
you're
always
always.
here the complete show, and I believe it.
He
FG
is.
is like super, super loyal, man. That's
Man,
why I
that's
love
what's awesome. We have
I
like
love
the
showing
greatest.
off his stuff, man.
We have the greatest freaking followers. I swear.
It's just a group, man. It's a group, just a group of homies, man. That's the way I look at it.
So I got to figure this out. I can't. I just have to
Well,
run it and see what happens, right? That's the best way to do it.
you ever hear the expression fish or cut bait? At some point, you got to start fishing. You've been cutting bait for 3 months, dude. You got to start fishing. Oh, other people might say shit or get off the pot, which I mean that in a loving way, believe me.
No, I know it. I know I know.
You need
I
encouragement.
can
You
I can never
definitely need
find the
encouragement.
time to do it, and then like, hey, B and Becky's back. Welcome. We are on the second half of.
B and Becky, welcome back to the 24-hour Monday Night Metals marathon show. We'll be here. We're like Jerry Lewis and who's the other dude? The telethon dude. Ed McMahon? Was he on there?
Yeah.
We're like
Like B
Jerry
Taylor
Lewis
said,
and Ed McMahon. Hi-oh.
we were just pre-gaming the whole Sal thing. That was all just a pre-game to our normal stream.
Yeah, we should actually throw a link in the chat. Who wants to come up?
This is our normal stream
BT.
time, right? 6 o'clock now.
Yeah, drop a link in the chat. See if anybody wants to come up and talk.
I'm ready to go take a freaking nap.
Dude, don't be a puss. Sorry, Becky.
You are what you
Sorry,
eat,
Becky.
right? Oh, sorry.
No, Becky, close your ears. Come on, we got ladies in the chat.
Okay.
Becky's a good sport. She's a New Yorker. You can't ruffle her feathers with a bat.
So I'm trying to, man.
All right, there's the link. Anybody wants to jump on it? Who
So
wants to
FG
tell a
has me
story?
worried now on how to. I have to word it the right way.
Yeah. Come on, who wants to tell a story? Somebody come up and tell us a story. Try and keep us awake.
No one's backstage yet.
No one's back there. Nobody wants to talk. Nobody wants to hang out with us. You don't love us. Yeah, no, I hear you, Becky. I'm a fellow New Yorker. You know that. Only I'm a Flatlander, as they call us. You probably called us Flatlanders, right?
Your price is high. You can always drop them. That's what I was thinking too, B Taylor. He says you can always start your prices high and drop them. That's what I was thinking too.
Yep.
Well, you do that. You do that anyway. Like, say you want to get $20 to spin. You're like, okay, I want $25 to spin, and then you're like, you know what? I'll do it for a little bit. I'll try it at $20 to spin. We'll see how it goes.
Well, sometimes it's counterintuitive, but like if you set like say a $12 spin, right? And you're not getting any action. I know it sounds counterintuitive, but you drop it to buck and go and you might get people bidding up to 14 and 15 because it spurs people on.
Like me.
Drop it out of buck and go, you know?
Degents like me.
Well, I mean, listen, there's something to be said for that. People don't want to buy it now. They want an auction and they want to feel like they have action. Action is action. Everybody loves action.
Right.
You know? I don't know.
I guess I just got to do it. I don't know. But they call it surprise sets, right? That's how they get away with doing it one into another, into another, into another, into the end.
I don't know how it works. To be honest with you, I'm not a lawyer. I just play one on TV.
Well, son of a bitch, didn't you stay at a Holiday Inn Express?
Yeah, once in a while.
Or do
Becky,
I just run it?
You didn't, because I remember back in the day in the Adirondacks, I had relatives that lived up there, and they used to call us Flatlanders because we lived on the island. Because there ain't no mountains on Long Island.
Maybe I just run out straight games, dude, right? Instead of
say
connecting them?
Yeah, I say just try one. try one. I started out. What did I start out with? A 50 or a 25? I started out with a 50. That's all I've ever run is 50s. Just start out with a 50 or a 25 if you want to do a 25. A 50 takes an hour for me. Takes me an hour to do a 50.
Yeah, but you have a lot more followers now than way more than I ever do, than I do.
Well, I've been getting some bookmarks. I think I had like 26 bookmarks on the next show. But the next show never seems to come. That's the problem. Yeah,
Yeah, I always get an alert, and then you always cancel.
I got 26 bookmarks on. Wait a minute. It says today at 10:35. Hold on. That's not right. I got to look. Hold on. Seller Hub. Oh, shit. It is 10:35. No, that can't be right.
Yeah, Becky, we're trying to whatnot strategize. I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to do my whatnot streams.
Damn.
See, look,
My
we're
wife.
starting to get people in here. They're like, oh yeah, 6 o'clock, time for Monday Night Medals.
Monday Night Metals is on. Let's check it out. We've been on for 3.5 hours, guys.
So maybe I just
Yeah.
got to run a straight game instead of doing the sets like he does. Oh, I get it though. Those sets get you more profit.
It depends on why you're doing it. Are you doing it to make money, or are you doing it to have a good time and not piss people off?
Well, I want to make some money.
Well, yeah. Oh, hold on. Average Jane says, "Call me when you're done." Still on. She's like, "What?" Throwing me question marks on a text.
She's hungry. Dinner
No,
time.
she
Uh-oh.
she had a couple of things she had to go out and take care of.
Oh.
Somebody's got to make the money,
Yeah, I hear you.
you know. Nah, we both work hard, man. We work hard and we play hard, right?
So I can't figure it. Now I'm confused.
What are you confused at?
Now I don't know what to do. If I just run a regular straight up 10, 15 set, 20 set game or spot game. Now I can do a wheel, so I can do random shit.
Yeah. 3D said he's going to be lurking. Yeah, we are whatnot strategizing. I think you already answered that question. Actually, Vegas is strategizing. I got my strategy down pat.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out life.
I'm basically trying to dial in my show, and then I'll scale it up a little bit. But I'm not going to go crazy. I don't want to be on for like 3 hours.
Well, that's what I'm trying to figure out. I don't want to be on for 3 hours either. I want to be on for like an hour, maybe two.
Yeah, I'm too old for that.
I can't sit there talking for 3 hours. Oh wait, I just did.
Yeah, exactly. That's
Dude,
true. You could have been making money.
that one
Huh?
stream I did when I had those 100 sales, that was freaking 6 hours long.
That's true. Yeah. I kept waking up in the middle of the night, and I'm like, damn, this dude's still on. Dude, I was waking up at like 4 in the morning. You were still on.
Yeah. Maybe I'll run just a straight fucking 10, 15 spot game
Do something,
and see
bro.
what happens.
Just do one. Do one game. Put a simple prize at the top and a couple of mids and then some grams or whatever and run it. Run with it. Whatever you do, though,
Yeah.
make sure you have more than one envelope. Because if you only have one envelope, you know that thing's going to hit on the first spin.
Yeah.
Get yourself like 3 or 4 envelopes out of 10. They don't even have to be killer prizes. Like, could be a 1 gold back or 2 gold back or, you know.
Average Jane says the dog's going to piss on the floor.
Yeah, she's right about that.
All right, I'm ending it. I'm going to go eat a little bit of dinner, leftover dinner, and take a nap before the wife gets home. And then when the wife falls asleep, I'm just going to try and do some crazy whatnot game and see what happens.
All right, I
If
gotta go.
if my stack is a little smaller tomorrow and my pockets are light, then I fucked up.
All right, well, I'll get in the chat and help bid it up for you
All right, if you're not sleeping.
if I'm not sleeping.
Average Jane says she's not feeding you.
Oh, okay. I'm not feeding.
All right, everybody. I greatly appreciate everybody who was here from start to finish. You guys are awesome. FG, start to finish. B Taylor, Stacker Staker, being Becky back, coming back to be Becky with us. 3D Woodworks, greatly appreciate you lurking in the background. I think those are the people that we have left.
Yep.
Greatly appreciate you guys as always. I hope we entertained you as much as we could.
Buenos noches, cockroaches.
And enjoy the week, and we will catch you on Saturday morning.
Yep. Saturday morning, refresh my memory. Who we having? World Money Wins and OJ's Coins.
Yes. OJ's Coins will be from the Fun Show, and World Money Wins will be from, I don't know, wherever he is at.
His bunker up in the north of Michigan somewhere.
I'm coming. Now I got my dog whining at me. See, he knows he's ready. Okay, guys. Thank you, guys. Appreciate everybody. Enjoy your
By
week.
the way, we'll be live from the cruise ship that day.
Oh, yeah, you and your cruises.
Yep. I'll be live from the
So
cruise
we'll be
ship.
on a boat, and we'll be at a coin show.
There you go.
Nice.
That's the reason I'm not going to be at the coin show, because I'm going on the cruise.
Your life is a cruise.
Yeah.
Okay, everybody, enjoy your week. We'll see you on We'll talk to you on Saturday.
Good night, everybody. Thank you so much for coming in. Appreciate you all.